What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Thursday, March 24th, which means it is day one of Pubapalooza. Day one of Pubapalooza.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, we've got a great group already here, but we have a ton of cappers coming in all day, and then it culminates with us at AT&T Center for the Sweet 16. We get Villanova, Michigan first, and Arizona, Houston second. And I've only moved at this point on that Villanova, Michigan game. I'm pumped up, and it was a late night.
Oh, was it ever? When aren't they late, Jimmy? Come on.
Oh, man. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Sammy Comer, Gerardo Hernandez, Spenny Pennybomb. Sammy Comer, play of the day is Pelicans money line plus 101. Spenny Pennybomb's on Arkansas first half plus 5.5. I got him at 5.
Like that, Spenny. Like that, guys.
And he's on first half money line plus 225. Texas Tech money line.
Houston
money line at plus 105. There's Trevor Loudon says, Jimmy, cancer-free, rang the bell yesterday. Just love you and the low bag fan. What a great way to start
man.
the show.
I remember meeting Loudon in Toronto, man. Shout out to you, Trevor. That's awesome, brother. Ring the bell. We got to get together again, man. Congratulations.
Much love to Trevor. Guillermo Zertucci, Trotwam, Leonard Porsche Jr., JB Nuke Worker. So I'm rough. I'm feeling pretty rough right now.
You look good, Jim.
I'm going to need the power of Kraken.
Of course.
Not a lot of sleep. A lot of capping has been done over the last little while. A lot of bets are made.
I like your shirt.
Thank you. I got my
Pub, show that thing off, Jimmy.
Pub Sports Radio wears on. I'm going to need a shot of Kraken to get going. Why don't you tell us about your day today? Because you got a big one coming up.
Oh shit, we got the first ever longest drive competition here. Pub Sports Radio's first ever. It's myself and Boston Nick, the fishy Nicky Fish Tanks, as we like to call him here. Oh yeah, there you go. Let it talk, Jimmy. Let it talk. But anyway, guys, it's 12 o'clock here. That's going to be in 2 hours, 1 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to have a longest drive competition between myself and Nicky Fish Tanks. Winner. I don't know what we have for the winner. Oh yeah, we have wagers on this, guys. If you don't already know, check us out on Twitter. You can vote. You can even maybe get some side action going on there as Jimmy pours a nice little bit of Kraken in his coffee there. But yeah, it's going to be at Brackenridge Golf Course. We're going to have the cameras out, guys. There should be some type of YouTube content or something on Twitter so you guys can see us grip it and rip it and see me crush Nicky Fish Tanks. Yeah, this guy's got no chance, man. He's just going to fucking go left or right, Jimmy, and I'm going to fucking pound it, buddy. And there's going to be no looking back because this Canadian came here to fucking win.
That's what I want to hear. I have bet $100 on you. So Slaughter has $100 on Nick, and he's getting less and less confident by the minute.
I feel bad.
Yeah, I'd take Gogster right there. No problem.
Shout out to Slaughter too, guys. This guy's an absolute. This guy's unbelievable, man. Yeah, Slaughter, like the hospitality from this. If you're in the area, come on down to Southtown 101. Just good times, good vibes. Like it's nothing. Just blown out any expectations I had, guys. It's just blown it. So. Great guy. Good place here, Southtown 101, guys.
Oh, it's fucking magic. They're the boys. The boys are rolling in. The boys are rolling in. Big day ahead of us here, and the Kraken's already coming down nice and easy.
Jimmy, what about you? What's your day like?
My day is tough. What, Schnizzle, you want to say what up, man? You want to pop your head in the camera and say what up? What up? We got Schnizzle in the house. Dick Schnizzle in the house. Yeah. Big day ahead of us.
This looks like a winning golfer right here.
Yeah, baby.
My money's on Gogster.
We're ready.
Yes.
Smart man.
Gogster's, I think the line movement's starting to change. I think Gogster's starting to get to like minus 125 now.
Gogster is a favorite. Now, nobody is moving on Boston Nick. He's got 60 pounds on you, and nobody's moving on Boston Nick. Nuclear says, do Canada proud, Gogster. Dan Kelly has a secret to his long drives. TP5X. There's Jimmy Gomez.
Tailor-made.
Jimmy Gomez says, assuming pregame meetup at Southtown, and he's on his way here. He's almost there, boys, waiting on the bus from Austin. Jimmy Gomez is going to be
Jimmy.
in business.
Can't wait, man.
Oh, it's a battle.
Jimmy?
It's a battle. Cheers, my friend.
It's going to be a good time. It's going to be great games today. I cannot wait.
All right.
No Hayas today?
Not
yet. Yeah, yesterday you took a Mondo shot. I was scared for your health. I was worried for your health and well-being.
Yeah, well, you should be. And every day you should be a little more concerned about me.
Well, at least today, not everyone in the chat's not saying you look like shit. Because
that's what I said.
That was yesterday. Good. Yesterday it was just like, wow, God, Jimmy, you look like fucking garbage. Oh, my God. The HD cameras just illuminated you, I guess.
Well, I feel a little worse today than I did yesterday, and I think I'll just feel a little worse every day.
I highly disagree with that statement, but Jimmy's the man. Jimmy's the fucking man, guys. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Let's get this capping going, guys. We got a big card.
Get this capping going. So the sauce did get in the way of me betting after the show. So I made sure that wasn't going to happen today. And I also opened up a new account for live betting.
You did.
Because we're down in the States and I needed a different account. So I did open up a Bet US account that we're going to be live betting with as we go. And I've already made 6 bets. 2 so far on this NHL card. I wasn't the first period was not available for me for the Panthers, so I didn't move on that. But we've got a ton of work to do. J Soul, Viper MB, Community, and New Knowledge. I feel the Kraken now. I feel it now. I feel it now.
Oh yeah.
I feel it now.
Oh yeah.
But I might need one more shot. I'll take one more shot and then I'll just be done with it. I think I need just one more. I'm feeling the power of the Kraken. Can you pass me the Kraken?
Again, Jimmy, you're going on the host roll today, so you better fucking have that Kraken in you and be ready to go.
I'm going on a host roll today. Not entirely sure what that includes.
Ick wants in on the shot. So Ick wants.
If you see Kraken going on at this time of the day, you don't say no to that.
We've got more people coming in. Cab, you coming in and say hello?
Yeah, of course. Daby Cab is making his betting with the bag debut here as well.
Good to see you, Cab. Good to see you, buddy.
Here. What up?
Shout out to Cab.
Milwaukee Brewer draft pick.
Yes. Oh boy, here we go again.
Classing up the show.
Classing
up the show. So we got a big show. I can't wait. Cheers. Thank you guys. I'm excited. So Daby Cab making his betting with the bag debut here on the show. He's got basketball with us. Okay, we got a ton of work to do. There's Paulie Walnuts, Alex Gagnon, Dennis Garcia, North Ender. Okay, let's make moves. We start in the National Hockey League, 7 p.m. Eastern. Tampa Bay Lightning, 39-17 and 6, 20-11 and 2 on the road at Boston Bruins, 39-19 and 5, 18-10 and 2 at home. TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. You were saying that at Pinnacle, the Lightning have moved to plus 102. And the only answer to that would be that Patrice Bergeron must be playing. He had a doctor's appointment, and he did. He's missed 3 games with the elbow infection, and it must have been a solid doctor's appointment. And
so he missed class.
So he'll be here, and so will Hampus Lindholm, who they signed to the 8-year extension, who will be playing alongside Charlie McAvoy,
my new king.
Josh Brown as well will be in the lineup.
Came from Ottawa.
And with all that being said, we are on the Tampa Bay Lightning.
We are damn right we're on the goddamn Lightning, guys. Well, do you remember those numbers? Our guy Slaughter here, shout out to Slaughter. I believe it was 7 of the last 8 on the road. Tampa Bay have won those at Boston, Jimmy.
7 straight.
Or 7 straight, that is, for that matter. So it's – and if Bergeron's not going, that's the big thing. I'm going to try.
He's going. The market is telling us that Bergeron will be in the lineup. I think that is –
well, then under. You got to think it'd be more – I think it'd be a tighter game here. You got Vasilevsky, Swayman. Swayman on the road, guys. He's a lot better of a goalie. His numbers on the road are nasty, like 10-1 here. At home, though, he's 7-5, 2.56 goals against, and 0.905 save percentage. Jim, not the greatest of save percentages. Going up against Vasilevsky, this guy's money in the bank.
And you have a feeling that Swayman is a bit of a fraud.
Not necessarily. I don't know. I don't think he's necessarily a fraud. Some of these, we have a lot of goalies, guys, in the AHL that are coming up here. Swayman is not a guy I would necessarily fade. I think he just a little bit more time from this guy. Look at Ned. He got figured out. I don't think Swayman's necessarily going to get figured out. I know in the AHL, this guy won awards too. I believe in the NCAA. Swayman's a lot of people have been talking about this guy. I haven't seen him play live yet, but Jeremy Swayman's a guy. I'd be looking at Swayman. He's their future. Now, is he ready now to take them to the Stanley Cup? No, he's not. He's not the guy that's going to lead them to the Stanley Cup. Even though Binghamton came out of nowhere when it was St. Louis guys. I still don't. Tampa Bay here, guys. They've lost the last 2, right, Jimmy?
They have, and that is the biggest angle that we are all attacking. It's being talked about here in the chat as well, being talked by Slatsy.
Playoff game.
So, and
Elliott V. Yeah.
But I expect. So Christopher Comentini is saying he's not in the confirmed lineup. I expect Bergeron to be in the lineup, and that is why the market is doing what they're doing. So this Lightning team. It's because we're getting close to playoff time when they're supposed to turn it on. Are we trying to catch a falling knife by backing them? They've scored 2 or fewer goals in 5 of their last 6 games. Any time you play Carolina right now, it seems like it's a low-scoring hockey game, so they're coming off that.
Yep.
And the Bruins have won 5 of 6. So the Bruins are rolling. They're adding players to their lineup. and we are betting against them.
We are betting against them now. The more I think about this game, Tampa Bay is the better team, though, Jim. I don't care. I like to see what you guys think in the chat here, but I still think Tampa Bay is the better of these two teams. I'm just pulling up the beat writers here to see if I can get anything from Bergeron here. I don't see anything, but looking at this game, guys, the big thing is, in my opinion, Vasilevsky and Swayman. I think Swayman is going to get touched here. I do. Look at Tampa Bay's power play too, Jimmy. It's been iffy. I don't expect that to. I don't want to be trying to. I don't want to try to catch a falling knife. You know, you don't want to try and catch a falling knife. It's been iffy all year. You know, why is it going to turn around? They're completely healthy. They also they picked up Hagel too in a deal from Chicago. I think this is going to be a nice addition on the third, fourth lines. Mm-hmm. So Tampa Bay, and also looking at those numbers, Jim, they've won 7 of the last 7 on the road. I'm gonna and Boston's not fat and happy by any means. The more the year goes on, guys, I wouldn't be using the term fat and happy because it's playoff time. You're getting to that crunch time, so teams are just they're more focused. The unders it starts getting more tighter, and that's where I could see this game as well. Some of the guys in the chat were talking unders. I would definitely be leaning towards the unders here, guys. But at this number 2, I got to be on Tampa Bay, Jim. This could just kind of be a hockey sense play, you could say. I don't know if there's a hockey sense factor on that the books like to.
The total has moved to 6 at FanDuel.
From 5.5 to 6.
If this is a 6, I'd have interest. If there's not a lot of vid going under it, I agree.
Yeah.
We've got a huge show today. We've got another 10 games in NHL. We got to cap, so we can't spend too long on this very, very interesting Lightning Bruins game. We got to get through it because next up, Conor Mac will be joining us live from Las Vegas, and he's going to take a look at the games, and then we're going to have Daby Cab come in and talk NCAA basketball. Jacksonville Zo come in, Teece come in. They're all going to give us their picks quickly and break down games. So we got a lot of work to do. There's Matty Ice says, yes, sir, Taint is hot, hot, hot. What a call yesterday.
Nice call there, Matty.
Youngstown State from Matty Ice. So
Matty.
I've made 2 bets today. How many bets have you made so far in NHL?
Oh, at least 10.
And this is one of them.
This is one of them here, guys. I'm going back. I'm going both, Jim. First period, full game too. I'm not fucking around here, guys. I'm going both of them. Action on both games here. Plus 100, plus 102 on the Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't like this spot for Boston. I don't care. I'm not. I don't have so much. Like I don't have all the stats sometimes like I do on the other shows here, guys. This is just kind of just hockey sense. We went 2-1 yesterday. Look at Chicago. Yeah. A lot of people are on Anaheim there. We took Chicago plus 115, and that ended up coming through. Now they're on a back-to-back with Delia. We're going to get to that game. But I like the Lightning here, guys.
And we are in business. Business. Razor Sharp Pick says, Gambler's first glance winner. Another one last night with Memphis plus 1.5 in NBA. Let's get him again. All right, so let's stay focused and keep moving. So that's my first spot on the board. You've tweeted out your action, so I'm going to pull up your action so I can talk it out here. And let's keep rolling. So there we go. I guess I'll put a lean to the under, but my action is based around backing the Tampa Bay Lightning. And just full game for me, I'm only going to put one bet on this game. I don't, other than the total, but side, I'm not going to add the first period. I think the TD Garden's going to be rocking here, especially if Bergeron's back against defending Stanley Cup champions. Tampa's Lindholm.
Tampa's going to be ready, boys. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, or everyone in the chat, Tampa's going to be ready. That's why I jumped on first period too off those 2 losses.
Let's move on to the next spot. And the first 2 spots are the first 2 games that I bet. Bet them last night. I'm on the Florida Panthers, 42-14-6, 16-8-6 on the road at the Montreal Canadiens, 17-36-10, 9-18-4, Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec. What I haven't done is I haven't bet the first period, which is something that we talked a lot about last night. A long talk about this game. Bobrovsky is between the pipes going up against Jake Allen. Jake Allen there listed, and I stuck up for Jake Allen in a battle that we had last night as well. The Panthers are a rested group, 23.7% power play, 80% penalty killing, and you have 1,000 games under his belt, Claude Giroux, making his debut. And I said, I was like yesterday, whenever we were talking about this spot here, I was like, I need to see what line he's on. And we got to see that Tuesday in practice. He's on the number 1 line with Barkov and Huberdeau.
Is he centering that line, Jimmy?
He's a wing. He wins faceoffs, but he's a winger.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so it's always been his but I don't know exactly how he's going to be worked at this point. But number 1 power play also, and then the player who isn't being talked as much about with the Panthers, who will be making his debut, is Ben Sherratt. And he had 9 points in his last 9 games, but that's not what we talk about. We talk about 6'3", 235 pounds, and he led the Habs in ice time on their run to the Stanley Cup. And that's who they picked up on defense. So, the Panthers are going all in, and Ekblad is out for the rest of the regular season. And there are rumors going around the NHL that it's a LTIR, long-term injury, cap relief. That he's actually...
It wasn't a real injury. It was just cap relief. This is something they're just kind of, hey, sideline, don't make this a big deal. Don't say other than it's a long-term injury. Because if you looked at that injury too, guys, it was the ankle against Calgary, I believe it was. And he went in the corner. You couldn't really see what happened, but he just came up just literally on his knees, sliding to the board. So, that's an interesting look from Jimmy there, and something to really consider. I'm with you though, Jim, in this game. I think Florida's going to come up, just jump all over him, especially with Sherratt coming back, guys. You got to think with Sherratt going to Florida here, that he's going to. It's got to be a Florida spot, in my opinion. In first period, I see no reason, Jimmy, not to jump in the first period minus 0.5.
I think so. I need to get that number up because it wasn't available last night.
I got it right here, my friend.
What is it?
Plus 115. Originally plus 110, went from plus 110 to plus 115.
So in that Lightning game, I don't want to add a second bet here. I'm gonna look. We're gonna be.
I'm going nuts here.
We're gonna be
going nuts.
at AT&T Center, and my palms have already started leaking. We're gonna have a ton of action going on today, and I don't need to. I can, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't need to reach too much. I don't want Lightning first period, but I think the Panthers first period. I think they come out just fired up.
I do like that. Yeah, I have the puck line as well here, guys. I'm gonna go. I tweeted that out. Just double check there, Jim. Yeah, I tweeted that out. Yeah, I'm gonna give it the puck line in the first period here, guys. I'm doubling down again, Jim. I'm doubling down again.
I'm doubling down in this one.
I puck line as well. It's just so much of a better team. Another thing too, guys, is Gallagher. I saw him questionable. I don't know if anyone, Sammy Calmer, anyone in the chat there is able to bring that up, but he's if you don't have Gallagher too. There's a guy that's in front that's just a grinder of a player in front of the net, good, causes problems for goalies in front of the net. If you don't have him, it's just, they're not going to be able to keep up with Florida guys. Montreal, it's going to be, and you got Sherratt and Giroux, two just top, really, I'd say that's some of the two best players from the trade deadline, Jim, that were acquired, and they're on Florida Panthers, right? So,
man,
it's Florida. At first, I was kind of hesitant on this team, but the additions they made, Jim, I think this team can go to the Stanley Cup final.
I do too.
I really do.
I do too. They're a very, very dangerous team. But as I said last night, I think they might now be in the toughest division in hockey, or at least those top four teams. I was saying those top four teams in the Atlantic would be in the conversation of your top 7 teams in the NHL.
I do agree. Yeah.
So it's a very dangerous. Taint play today is in Arkansas plus 9.5. Taint.
Oh, it's not up. Oh, we had a. I was going to drop a horn there for you, Maddie, but it's
the sound. We got.
Try it again.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
There you go.
Play
Right.
of the days in. I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one. I'm on the fence with that.
It's just a shorter version of what we have.
No, I think we stopped. No, let's start. I'm not.
All right, we're gonna cut that,
guys. Okay. Well, since the background is chaotic as fuck, but I love seeing the boys together on screen. And C. James says Jimmy switching from Stella to coffee, so he obviously didn't see the first few minutes of the show. I love you guys. We got a ton of work to do, and there's Rayhan Hyder. Rayhan, we're in your city. You got to come down to Southtown so we can hang with you.
Down here,
Shout out to my man Rayhan.
Rayhan Hyder in the house. So we have Taint in, and we keep moving. So 2 spots for me and for Gogster. We're both on the first period -0.5 and the Panthers -1.5. And
yes, sir.
And this is a rested group. I mean, they haven't played since last Friday when they won 3-0 at Anaheim. 6 days off with Giroux and Sherratt.
They're not taking this off. Another thing too, guys. Florida's kind of looked a little iffy on that road trip in the West Coast. Coming out to the East Coast kind of thing here. The coach firing them up, boys. You know what happened over on the West Coast? Didn't look too good. You're playing a Montreal team. Sherratt's on the team now. You got Giroux, Claude Giroux. Bobrovsky's having a solid year. He's up there with the top 5 goalies. Does help being on a team like Florida, but it's going to be too much offense from Florida. Final score, in my opinion, here, guys: 5-1, 5-2.
Yeah, we're in business. Let's keep rolling. This game, it took so much for me not to bet the Dallas Stars, and I don't know if it's because you're surrounded by other cappers here. Like, you're not alone. And maybe when you're alone, you need the action, or I need the action to not, just to bring joy to my life. But here we talk all these plays out for hours and hours and hours. So get to San Antonio, break down your plays with us.
Yeah.
And I didn't move on the Stars, but I'm interested in them. I don't think I want to. It all came down to Carolina being 24-5-3 at home and not wanting to go up against that record. We're in PNC Arena, Raleigh, North Carolina. We got Jake Ottinger against Freddie Anderson. Gogster asked me the question, Jake Ottinger, Freddie Anderson, who's the better goalie? And my answer was
Freddie Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Ottinger has proved himself yet, and I know that Freddie is not to be trusted in really important situations, and he keeps kind of letting down his fans or his team's fans in big time situations. But he's just, I think he's a better goalie than Ottinger right now, and Ottinger has a lot to prove still. And Freddie Anderson has 928 save percentage, and I know that I took Carolina when they came to Toronto, and I thought Freddie Anderson would step up, and Mikheyev scored a bullshit goal on Freddie Anderson late in the first period when Carolina Panthers were dominating play, and it made me so angry. I was picking up my kids, I was driving, and I was just, and then when I picked them up, there was no speaking on the drive home. I was really upset that I put my neck on the line for Freddie Anderson, and he does me like that.
So that's why he's out of Toronto. It's not, well, they could use a goalie right now, but I'm a fan of Jake Ottinger too. I was kind of surprised, not surprised, but give me 3 years, Jake Ottinger is going to be a top 5 goalie in this league.
I think that's just nuts.
I'm gonna say
top 5 goalie.
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
Well, you were right with Nedeljkovic, so I'm imagining he'll be right here.
What about Shesterkin?
Yeah, Shesty. Well, everybody was in agreement that Shesty was.
I gave him the Russian Wall nickname. Anyways, I think Ottinger, man. So, certain goalies, you have to be nuts. You got to be a little not
They're
crazy,
all nuts, man. We played hockey all our life. So every
goalies are a little. And he's got that kind of nuts, crazy factor. Like he wants to win. I watched that game in Minnesota, Jim, when he had his whole family down. Man, this guy, he made a glove save. Say you're the defenseman over here. Like, see, he's tracing the puck. He makes the glove save around the. Like, I've never seen. Like the amount of this guy, man, I'm telling you, this guy, Jake Ottinger, he was also on the Texas Stars on a shitty team. He took this team not to the Calder Cup, but into the playoffs too. Jake Ottinger, man, you heard it here first, the Gogster. I'm a huge goalie fan here. Jake Ottinger, guys, I do think he's someone to look at. The under is what I lean towards. So without going too much more about Ottinger, he is 6-6 with a .934 save percentage. One shutout on the road. The under 6 is where I'd be leaning towards here, guys.
So we have both the Lightning Bruins and the Stars Hurricanes opening up at 5.5 and going up to 6. So
you're damn right, Dennis.
Very, very, very extremely interesting. There's my guy Good in the house. Thank you guys for joining us here. We are live at the Southtown 101. This is day 1 of Pubapalooza. The last 48 hours were just prep. Just liver prep, but it's day 1 now. So Dallas comes in off their second straight win, 5-3 at home over the Oilers on Tuesday. They've won 4 of their last 7 road games. They're starting to show that they can win on the road. And if you hear Seguin talk, he's talking about how, he knows how good this team is on paper. They all said this, but, games aren't played on paper, and they're ready to show it now in the stretch run. And if they can get Radulov going, and if the Rupee Hintz goal, we watched it together here at the Southtown.
That was filthy.
The Rupee Hintz goal against the Oilers was like, just
splits the D, fucking left, right, boom, top shelf, butter,
explosive.
Yeah, it was
explosive. We got Big Show rolling in there, Slaughter, Jacksonville Zo,
everybody.
Billy Brisbane. Okay, so Hurricanes snapped their 4-game losing streak with a 3-2 win at home over Tampa on Tuesday. They have newly acquired Max Domi in the lineup. Max Domi being passed around the league.
Okay,
so this is the end of a 4-game homestand. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the money trade. Let's go. Look at this shit. Come on down to Southtown 101. It's going to rain money on you, too. You just never know what's going to happen. You just never know. This is the final. This is the final of a 4-game homestand. A final of a 4-game homestand for the Hurricanes. And they've got 1 point in 15 of their last 16 games on home ice. But I think that the Dallas Stars are a good hockey team. I've been saying it all year, and I had a ton of interest with them at plus 167. That's still where they are right now, plus 167. Yeah, and this number is crazy. Like, this is like it's going to be closer to a game than what the line indicates. You minus 193 on Carolina. That's a little too insane in my opinion. Dallas is not that bad. You got a goal. It comes down to your goalie, man. If you don't have a good goalie, you're not going to win a fucking hockey game. It's simple as that. You got a good goalie in Jake Ottinger here. Dallas is they've proven they've been able to win on the road. But this is going to be a tough task because this is Carolina's got to start playing a little bit better. And same with Dallas. I lean towards the unders here, guys. It's not a game I love because I could make a point on the over. Not as strong. I lean towards the over a little. I definitely lean towards the over more than the over. I can't even talk, Jimmy.
It's okay. There's a lot of money on the
There's a
table.
lot of money. Which
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. We have not moved on this game, and I think there's, look, we're going to be watching the Sweet 16 in person, and we're going to have a ton of money on it. We're going to be live betting it, and I don't want to have too much other action going on, to be honest with you. I'd like to keep things pretty tight today, but the stars interest me. All right, Dan Bonner says first period under 1.5 and no goal first 10 minutes. Lock them in and thank me later. There's DJ Big Boss.
DJ Big Boss.
Say they're fueling up the plane as we speak.
Shit.
Boss going to be in the house.
Shit.
Okay, let's roll on. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Detroit Red Wings 26-30 and 7, 9-18 and 3 on the road. At the New York Islanders 27-25 and 9, 16-12 and 4 at home. We're in Elmont, New York, UBS Arena. Alex Nedeljkovic, 17-19 and 6. I laugh every time I say his name. 3.15 goals against average, 904 save percentage. Really let Mr. Gogster down this year. Then we have Ilya Sorokin. 21-13 and 7, 2.29 goals against average, 927 save percentage, 6 shutouts. This Islanders team has just been mystifying this year.
Jekyll and Hyde.
19.6% power play, 83.1% penalty killing. Detroit 18.1% power play, 74.3% penalty killing. The Red Wings coming off their second win in 3 games, 6-3 at home over the Flyers on Tuesday night. They were getting just destroyed after the All-Star break. They were. They're 3-8-1 since the All-Star break, and they've been outscored 57-39. And then you have an Islanders team coming in off their third win in 4 games, 3-0 at home over the Senators on Tuesday. 7th win in the last 10 games, 7-2-1, but it is too late. And they've allowed the third fewest goals in the NHL this season. How are they not in the playoff picture? What has happened? This just a very strange team that I've lost money on.
That's been the Islanders their whole the last 5 years, man. I feel like this team's they're defensively one of the strong. It's their system, man. Because the Bridgeport Sound Tigers, the Bridgeport Islanders now, it's the same thing. I watched them play in Belleville. They don't have a lot of shots on net. They like to kind of use a lot of the puck, lay a lot more of the body. Their goaltending is shitty in Bridgeport. But with the Islanders here, guys, going up against Detroit, it's a game I want nothing to do with, Jimmy. Lean towards the under. -210 on the Islanders. Not something I really want to dive too much into. Detroit's been a tough team to gauge. They won nothing there. Jimmy was telling me my guy Nedeljkovic, he stepped up as he should because he's no, I shouldn't say that. He's a middling goalie. He's going to be on the road here against the Islanders.
Fanatical Jim says it feels like a clear over. The Islanders have not been scoring goals, and they've been shutting teams down. They've allowed 20 goals over their last 10 games. So over their last 10 games, they've allowed more than 3 goals in regulation just once. And I'm not saying that it's not an over situation because the Islanders were paying us out with overs, and Detroit Red Wings, of course, can score and are leaky defensively. But I'm the same way, and the only way I could look is, and this is a problem with this card today, is the only way I could look is the Islanders on the puck line. And do I really want to be sitting here with all these minus? Whoa, Boston Nick.
The shit talk starts early.
Boston Nick. Oh, no.
I didn't even flinch. I just winked at him.
Oh, no.
Are you scared, Gogster?
Not at all.
Oh,
Not
no.
at all. Look at this collar. You telling me I'm scared? Come on.
Oh no. So I don't want to sit. I'm not. The last thing I'm going to do is sit here with 4 teams on -1.5 puck lines.
No.
And have confidence going into this game. So, but that's the only thing I could do with this spot. Nelly V says no way it goes over. Boston Nick just did try to intimidate Gogster. We move on. 8 p.m. Eastern. Philadelphia Flyers 20-32 and 11, 7-17 and 5 on the road at the St. Louis Blues 35-18 and 9, 27 and 4 at home. We're at Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Carter Hart going up against Jordan Binnington. Again, if I got the goalies wrong, I did this last night in a alcohol-fueled blizzard. Carter Hart 13-20 and 7, 2.97 goals against average, 910 save percentage. Binnington 13-12 and 4, 3.11 goals against average, 903 save percentage. Philadelphia's power play at 13.7%. I mean, it's just poor. I wish just Ryan Ellis. I mean, they put too much around Ryan Ellis, faith that he was just going to make this power play work. Watching Keith Yandel out there on the power play is just a disgrace to hockey. Congratulations. Our Iron Man's a pussy. 75.6% penalty killing. St. Louis power play,
Yeah, a lot of
26.3%, 82.5% penalty killing. Philadelphia comes in off their second loss in 3 games, 6-3 at Detroit on Tuesday. They've lost 13 straight on the road. Blues snapped their 3-game losing streak with a 5-2 win at Washington, and they lose Torrey Krug left hand wrist injury. Rob Thomas out with the undisclosed injury. You have Tarasenko missing his second straight game with an illness. The Blues aren't a team that I want as a huge favorite, but I mean, I get, and I also, this opened at minus 285. Now you can get the Blues at minus 260.
Wow.
I get why the market is slightly moving towards the Flyers. I don't want anything to do with either of these.
No, more I talk about the game, more you're making me think twice. But you said, no Krug the morning skate. Thomas is on the ice as well, which is good. Tarasenko's on the ice. Binghamton first on the ice for today for the Blues. So Binghamton's first on. That usually means first off would have been Vinny Huso. So this game here, guys, I'm still leaning towards St. Louis, man. I'm still leaning towards St. Louis. Their top goal scorer, is Cam Atkinson. Like, really? Cam Atkinson's going to lead your team? Like, he was on Columbus. He was all right, but this guy's leading your team. I can't be on Philly. I don't see how there'd be any angle to be on Philly here. Carter Hart too. He's 3-9. Oh shit! This is just like guys. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, this is just next level shit here at Southtown 101.
Bananas and grapes are screaming blue, 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 blue. Gogster, why don't you tell us who we ran into on the Riverwalk yesterday?
Oh shit! Speaking of it, we this is next level here, man.
Who did we run into?
We ran into the Blue. Yeah. Blue, who was it there? Who's the? Tell me,
Michigan Wolverine.
Yeah, I know that. Who's the player? Javon Howard. Who's that?
Jawan.
Same thing.
Okay, sorry, I shouldn't get this Canadian talking basketball. Let's stay back. Let's stay with Bucks.
It was fun. We saw the team though. They're staying at the Paisano's Italian restaurant. They get some Italian food.
Okay, let's stay focused here. Gogster slipping, man. He must have huffed one before the show started, and then every once in a while a hand comes in and just throws a couple more bills in without the machine.
Level.
Okay,
next level, man. This is just
so. Look, I don't want. So, did you move on?
Yeah,
Blues?
man. Yeah, man. Give me the Blues here, guys. I don't give
minus 1.5.
Yeah, minus 1.5 plus 104, Jim. I don't give a fuck. But why am I taking Philly here?
No, I get it.
There's no way I'm taking Philly here at all. And Carter Hart, that's the only reason you got Philly. Their defense is ass. Their offense, who Cam Atkinson, you just lost your 4. Like, no. I'm not. And also St. Louis, guys, at home is where I want St. Louis. On the road, they're very fraudulent. They're not a team that's going to go deep in the playoffs this year. But at home here, the line's a little high. I understand that. Line's a little high, guys. But Blues and Reg, my Blues minus 1.5. I'm me and Elliot here in a lot of agreement. Yeah, careful with his right hand.
I would like to, when we're done this card, and we need to be done in about 25 minutes because we're getting into college basketball. We got so much energy putting into the Sweet 16. I want to see how many puck lines you got, because that's what I was trying so hard not to have on my card, to sit back on my card and see. Because look, here's another one that I'm interested. 8 p.m. Eastern, Vancouver Canucks 30-26-8, 16-13-3 on the road at Minnesota Wild, 37-20-4, 27-1 at home. XL Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. Thatcher Demko going to be in between the pipes. I thought he was going to be in between the pipes yesterday, and we gave a big shout out to the Iron Lady.
The Iron Sheik?
Yeah, well, no, it's a little different, but we did give a big shout out to the Iron Lady.
Hey.
There we go.
Hey.
And you know what? He's not been very good. He's not been very good, and I really trust him as a goaltender, but he's not been very good. And then you have Cam Talbot,
smells like money in here,
was going to lose his job, I thought, at one point in the year. And they've traded for Marc-Andre Fleury,
who's not starting.
And then, of course, because Talbot has won 7 or 6 straight starts, so he's going to try to tie his career high for consecutive wins.
Perfect.
So all of a sudden, with the fear, I don't know what it is exactly. I don't know why. I don't want to say the fear. Maybe there were rumors going around that they were going to pick up Marc-Andre Fleury or whatever. But here you have Cam Talbot playing his best
hockey
of the year.
Yeah.
The Canucks are on the second half after a back-to-back beating Colorado 3-1 last night. And then you have Brucey Boudreau going back to his old stomping grounds. He coached here for 3 years.
He did.
And they didn't win a playoff series, but 158 wins, 110 losses, 35 ties. And Vancouver's 3 points out of a final Western Conference wildcard spot. And JT Miller has 10 points in his last 6 games. Halak just stepped up, and now it's Demko. The Wild coming up their third straight win, 3-0 home over Vegas. And they're 5-1-1 over their past 7 after losing 8 of 10. And I don't. What am I going to sit here with another puck line? Big favorite puck line?
You're damn right I am. You're damn right I am, Jimmy. I'm on the fucking Minnesota Wild here, guys. They're gonna wipe that ass. They played Colorado last night, and Vancouver. Man, that was a battle. Good stand up. Good for you, Vancouver. You beat Colorado. No, myself and Nikki, we jumped on them live last night. They were pushing. They were pushing the puck. They were blocking shots. They were doing everything they could in that game to win that, and they did. And they did that with Halak. Now, the one thing would be Thatcher. If Thatcher stands on his head, it's going to be it might be a bit of a tougher task. But I expect Minnesota to jump all over them. Remember that bad stretch they had a couple weeks ago on the road? They were losing it. Like they know they need to start winning. That if they want to have a decent chance, maybe for home ice advantage. This is a Minnesota play, guys. Even first period, I'm jumping on them first period minus 0.5. Plus 120. They're gonna the way I saw how Vancouver played yesterday. Coming on a back-to-back, traveling to a different city as well. This is not a spot I want Vancouver. They do have their better goalie in, but if you look at Minnesota, they're completely healthy. They have no excuses to not win this game, and I think they're going to jump all over them early. Puck line, Jim, I'm on another fucking puck line here, plus 119, and I'm on the first period, plus 134.
Spencer Knight confirmed for Florida.
I saw that. I was thinking that just makes me think there's going to be a little bit more goals. But still, the offense for Montreal does not scare me one bit here.
Well, look, I would rather have the Wild on the puck line, I think, than the Blues.
I agree.
And the Islanders.
I'm not touching that Islanders game. I'm 10-foot pole there. But St. Louis, Minnesota. Minnesota's probably my favorite play here. Oh, there it is, the old flat stick. The flat stick there, Jeffy.
Don't look. Yeah. He bet $100 against you. Don't.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's trying to get
no,
my head.
He's oh, Jesus Christ. Don't look right.
They're trying to get in my head over there,
look right.
Oh, just wait till they see this fucking Canadian
Don't
kid rip it.
Don't fucking look to the right. Okay, so,
like,
I think that the Wild -1. I would like to hear, Dennis Garcia, what you think about the team that you've been, following so closely in the Knuckleheads. I'd really be interested to hear if you
bad spot for them, I have to think.
Mark Schillingberg's hilarious. Okay, let's keep rolling. Shout out to Mark Schillingberg. Next up, 8 p.m. Eastern, Ottawa Senators 22-36-5, 10-17-3 on the road at Winnipeg Jets 30-24 and 10-17-12-2 at home. And they're starting to play really well in the Canada Life Center. You have Forsberg going up against Hellebuck. I don't know if that will have changed. 14-3. 2.75 goals against average, 19 save percentage for Forsberg. Hellebuck 23-22 and 9, 2.95 goals against average, 9-11 save percentage. Ottawa power play 18.5%, penalty killing 80.2. Winnipeg 21.8% power play. Oh, it feels like I'm back in Parkdale. Finally, 76.5% penalty killing. Ottawa comes in off their second straight loss, 3-0 at the Islanders. At the Islanders on Tuesday. Of course, that game on Tuesday night. Yep. Winnipeg comes in off their second straight win, 4-0 at home over Vegas on Tuesday. And here we have another
puck line.
Are you doing it? Is this going to be your fifth?
No.
We'll talk about it.
So on this one here, guys, the Sens Winnipeg, not a game I really want to have a lot to do with. Shabbat, Batherson out. Those, you got your top offensive player next to, I've been saying this all year, next to Norris. But without Batherson, they've had the addition. Who did they just bring up there, Jim? They just Hamonic, they picked up Hamonic. They picked up who else?
Hamonic's
I know they picked up another forward there. It slipped my mind. Joseph from Pittsburgh. They picked up a young guy there. I'm not even gonna look over there.
They're trying to fuck with you. Don't look over there.
Sammy Calmer saying Sens money line here. Over from Sharon.
They're trying to get in your head, Gogster. Don't let them do it,
buddy. I'm capping this hockey, bud.
The women of La Chismosas do a better job than you, Gogster. Come on. I believe in you. Focus up.
Those women of La Chismosas, they're taking me on a little whole stroll.
Oh, that's going to be a time. Yeah, no, on this one here, guys, Ottawa, Winnipeg, it's Winnipeg's healthy. Other than Adam Lowry, they're completely healthy. It's not a game I want a lot to do with. I got so much fucking action on this one. I don't have a good feel on my Senators here. Hometown team there from Belleville. Winnipeg, great home team. Nothing here, Jim. Sorry, guys. I don't got much on this game. I lean towards Winnipeg, but not something I'm high on.
The Jets are stepping up right now. They're stepping up. It's time to get into the playoffs. They're in a very tough division. They're starting to win games at home, and it feels like the Senators, they were a seller at the deadline. So I like this puck line better than the Blues, better than the Islanders. So
I'm not on the Islanders.
I know. I'm just.
Okay, I only got 4 puck lines. All right.
Okay. But I would like I just this was a very difficult card because there was all these big favorites that were. It made sense. It made sense to back. There's Teece now. What up, Teece? Okay, so let's keep rolling. 9 p.m. So I think this is one that I would bet.
I don't. Which one? The Winnipeg?
Yeah, Fanatical Jim says I'm on the Senators too. Cop gone, and the line is too wide. Grapes on -1.5. The Jets have been playing really good hockey of late.
Well, what'd you say? Wow, look at Maurice. He got the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, that was. I still don't fully understand why he gave up on his squad. I
feel like that's a team. I don't know how much I can trust. Jimmy, stay focused.
They're trying to get you drunk too, Gogster.
Oh no, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Didn't you give him the alcohol?
Yeah. Let's go Sharks. Oilers 28-27-8, 13-13-4 on the road, going up against the Oilers 35-24-5, 19-12-0 at home at Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. Capo Kakkonen 12-8-3, 2.87 goals against average, 9-10 save percentage. Now the goaltender for the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, that's how desperate they were.
Well, by the way, Chester Cat has joined late, and he's asked a pretty reasonable question. If you join late, why are there so many ones on the table? It's a good question.
Well, Cash Out Chat, have you ever seen one of those things that kind of like strip clubs where they have like the money things, and the poles, just dropping down the poles and they're spraying the money? That's kind of what happened to us, but minus the pole part. As we were capping, we just got sprayed with money, and it smells like money in here, Cheshire Cat. It really does. It's a new fragrance.
Mike Smith in the other cage, 6-8-2, 3.37 goals against average, 896 save percentage. San Jose Sharks, 18.9% power play, 85.5% penalty killing. They've had strong penalty killing all year, and they've had pretty good special teams all year. Edmonton power play at 24.6%, penalty killing at 75.9%. San Jose comes in off their second straight win, 4-3 at Calgary on Tuesday night. We watched it here.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty, we didn't have action on it.
Sorry, the Krakens hit me. What game were you talking about?
When we watched the Sharks beat the Flames when we first got in town.
Oh, yeah. They're out shooting them. Yeah, and they came back. Yeah. No, that's a good sign from San Jose there. Now... Oh, let's see this game here. Archibald. I can't talk now, Jim. You got it.
Look at what we did.
Oh, no.
It doesn't matter. I can still swing a club, baby.
Flush Allen says these big faves now are the spots where team totals come into play more than any time in the season. And
Florida one, yeah. The Florida one jumps out with Spencer Knight. Yeah. I think they're gonna put the puck in the back of the net. I fucking hate Jake Allen too. I think he's a sieve. He's an absolute sieve.
I know. I had to stand up on behalf of Jake Allen.
Yeah, guy who's fucking. You don't talk about dumpster fire. He's right at the bottom of it.
Jesus, you don't know a dumpster fire, man.
Nedeljkovic is above him.
Jesus. That's okay.
I don't like this. It's not so much I don't like this game. It's just two teams that there's more teams on this card, guys, you can trust. Like in my opinion, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, I even like Minnesota.
Here's another puck line situation, man. This is a messed up card.
I'm not going to take it. There's actually the next game coming up here, Chicago, LA, that I'm going to have a little action on. Not a puck line, but a regulation
That's
line.
not quite the next game. We're going to get there soon. Next game is Nashville Predators, 37-23-4, 18-12-4 on the road at the Vegas Golden Knights, 34-28-4, 18-13-3 at home. We're at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going into college basketball next, and it's going to be fun. We're going to have C-Mac starting it off, and we're going to go one-on-one with C-Mac, and then I'm going to bring in some of our cappers who are rolling with us here, and we're going to bring them in one at a time and let us know how they're attacking the Sweet 16.
These guys know their shit too.
Nashville Predators, Golden Knights, Laurent Brossoit. In between the pipes, 2.90 goals against average, 895 save percentage. Nashville power play at 24.5%, penalty killing 80.5%. Vegas power play 18.1, penalty killing 78.7%. Nashville snapped their 2-game winning streak by getting shat on by LA on Tuesday. We watched that.
I don't do it. I know. Like this is like I don't know what to expect. It's great though in the best of ways.
I need horse blinkers.
Yeah, this is incredible that this is the first day and no one's here and Gogster's already in fucking shambles.
Yeah, I'm just like holy fuck. This has been a while.
Joseph says Oilers inconsistency is real. Senators even harder than that newborn grandma. Slatsy says Sharks 5-0 last 5 in Edmonton. Vegas comes in off their second straight shutout loss.
Yeah.
Blank 3-0 Minnesota on Monday, then shutout again 4-0 Winnipeg on Tuesday. I mean, we nailed the capping on what was going to happen to this Golden Knights squad when Jack Eichel started getting every opportunity when it should have been given to Chandler Stevenson, and we didn't know if who Jack Eichel was right now. He's not certainly
What
not.
a sieve. Well, I know nothing good to say about Jack Eichel. I'll tell you that.
Well, you just call him a sieve. That's not something that most forwards get called.
Well, he's a sieve. He's a sieve. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I know. It's the first word that came to my mind. I wanted to call him something else, but I didn't want to say it.
I know you
thought
try to keep it clean.
I know. I was going to call him something to do with like a stepchild, but anyway.
Nasty Nate says, "Who's scooping me from the airport tonight?" Nasty, when you get in. When you get in.
I think you said, what did you say, Nasty? Some 12 midnight
Nasty
there?
Nate gets in at 1 a.m.
Well-
So that'll be the brutal train.
Oh no, we're gonna be so fucked up.
Nasty Nate's gonna see us at our lowest point.
No.
Well, lowest
no.
or highest?
I imagine I'll be bleeding. Okay, so Vegas second straight shutout
Sorry,
loss. What are you gonna like?
Yo. So Vegas, they got problems, guys. Whitecloud, Stone, Pacioretty, McNabb, Haig. It's a fade team. They haven't scored in the last 2 games. Why is it going to happen here against Nashville that they're missing Benning and Fabro? Guys, I got this line. I meant to tweet it out there. -102. It's now -108. Full game money line. I got it +101. Now -112. So there's been 10-cent line movement, Jim, towards Nashville in this game. So I really, with Saros in net too, I expect Nashville to just wipe the floor here. This is another first period full game money line here. Why am I look at Brossois' numbers? But 4-4 with a .884 save percentage, and you're missing McNabb. You've been missing Martinez all year, and then you're also missing Whitecloud. And you got Nashville. The Nashville, man, they're looking a lot better. I like this Jeannot, Tanner Jeannot. He's a good hockey player there.
He's a great young hockey player.
They got a couple other guys there. Novak, is it?
You know, who you're talking about is really added something to this squad that I didn't think was going to have forward depth, and then here he comes in and he's one of their best scorers.
He's a spark plug out there, yeah.
Well, I don't want to.
I like this. This was the first play I made on the card. I kind of capped it in reverse.
I think it's dangerous fading a team here like that's been shut out back-to-back games. That's back at home. So I think this is a very dangerous thing that you're doing here. I mean it because we saw what happened when the Golden Knights went on a road trip and lost 5 straight. They came home and they took care of business against good hockey teams.
It's just their guys out, man. I want to see the line combos here, but Nashville, I expect Nashville to clean them up here. Brossois is not the guy. I look at goalies. I'm a heavy goalie capper. And Brossois, man, he's never been a number one. He's been playing a little bit more than usual, and he's been 4-4 at home with a 2.96. That's not numbers from a guy that's going to win you games, especially at home. .884 save percentage, Jimmy. I know it's 9 games, but man, I can't do it. And then you're missing Haig too as another defenseman, and I know their farm team and Henderson. They're not. They got one guy who's decent, but for the most part, they're not a team that screams. Their farm team's not the greatest. I've lost a couple bets on them, Henderson Silver Knights. But this is a Nashville play, guys. Saros, I expect him to have a solid night. It's not like Vegas have an easy goalie. They haven't scored in their last 2 games.
Patrice Bergeron won't play on Thursday. Patrice Bergeron won't play.
This is a similar spot. It's very similar line to the Tampa Bay game I have here, except it went the other way. I expect Nashville. I have another road kind of almost even money line here in Nashville, and I do like the Tampa Bay Nashville play as a. Because with this card, guys, it's so tough to not take puck lines and high juice. So these 2 plays, Nashville, Tampa Bay, at around -110, +100 on each. I like Nashville here.
I don't like it. I don't like.
That's all right.
So you're saying this Vegas team has no heart and they're not going to make the playoffs?
Well, until they start getting guys like Stone, Pacioretty, McNabb, Whitecloud, like that. Those are fucking key guys, man. Those are key guys right there. Who else do they got? Yarncroc. They got Chandler Stevenson, who's looked all right. He's looked good. You've been praising him, and I don't blame you for praising him. But like, what else do they got right now?
I don't like it.
You know, Jim.
Well, I'm gonna keep a close eye on this shit.
We'll watch this.
I might even move on Vegas just to. Maybe it's a Kraken talking, but I don't like. You're saying that this Vegas night team that's been shut out in back-to-back games is not going to come home and step the fuck up and be men. And then if they don't step up here, they don't make the playoffs. So you're saying they're a bunch of bitches.
I'm saying their team right now is not a team that's their top. They're putting out like a 60% team. Not right now. No, not right now. And without Lehner, if you're gonna go with Brossois, no.
I think you're walking a dangerous line here.
All right. Well, we'll see. I got a harness, so we're good.
Okay. Well, I think I might be moving on the Vegas Golden Knights here. As you know, I expect that I will be moving on the Vegas Golden Knights here tonight. I just Okay, let's keep rolling. We got one game left in NHL, and then we move on to college basketball. Yes. So let's talk Chicago Blackhawks at Los Angeles Kings. And by the way, Elio says tonight 11:45. That should work, right, Jose? We're going to get out of the game.
Yeah, I didn't know that Elio was top set. So now that makes sense. Yeah, Elio, I got you. Sorry. I had you written down as Elio, not top set. And by the way, Jimmy, I think for tomorrow, the meet and greet, I think I should start handing out name tags. Hi, my name is, and have these name tags.
Okay, let's just pretend Jose never said that, and let's keep working here. Chicago Blackhawks, LA Kings, Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California. Kevin Lankinen, 3-8-4, 3.51 goals against average, 889 save percentage. Johnny Quick, 17-12-7, 2.65 goals against average, 909 save percentage, 2 shutouts. Chicago power play is about the only good thing about this franchise. Watching Kane and DeBrincat out there on the power play is nice, and other than that, they're shit. 76.4% penalty killing. Kings are 15.9% power play, 74.6% penalty killing. Blackhawks are on the second half of a back-to-back after having their 3-game losing streak snapped in a 4-3 win last night in Anaheim. Great job. I thought it was 4-2. Did Anaheim score a late one? I think I wrote that in wrong.
3-2. Right? I think it's 3-3. Because it went to overtime. Did it? I believe.
No.
I
don't know. It's all a drunken blur.
We know we cashed the ticket. I'll tell you.
The Kings
because it was a rough night in college basketball.
The Kings come in off their second win in 3 games, 6-1 at home over Nashville on Tuesday, and we should talk about their injuries, and we should decide. Why don't you take it away? You already got a plan here.
Yeah, buddy. So Chicago, you said it, man. They don't have much offense. They don't have, and they man, similar to Vancouver. I watched both those games. Both those teams laid it on the line last night. Chicago and Vancouver. They're coming on back-to-backs. This is similar to the Vancouver play. I'm fading these teams on back-to-backs. This is one I even like. I really like this one. The more I think about it, Colin Delia. He's playing in the AHL for the most part. You've seen this guy a couple times last year too, Jimmy. He was
terrible.
Fade material. He's 11-9-2 in the AHL with a 3.04 goals against. He's already got an over 3.04 goals against. Save percentage 0.905. Not a guy I want to trust. He says he's got a right-hand glove. A lot of right-hand glove goalies. For the most part, I'm not a big fan. No offense. Delia Peterson here is going to be your other goalie here. He's 8-4, guys. Cal Pedersen. That is
Cal. It's not Johnny Quick. My bad. Johnny Quick was in last night.
No, I believe he's injured. Is he not? Is Quick not out?
He's not injured. There's a huge injury list with the Kings.
Okay, well then he could. Well then in that case, it could very well be Quick then, because I saw Pedersen had been going the last couple games. So if Quick's back in, I like that even more, guys. LA Kings regulation is going to be the play here, -123, a little bit juicy, but
so you have no Doughty, no Victor Arvidsson, no Brendan Lemieux, who is a really important piece of their toughness. No Dustin Brown, no Matt Roy, and you're going to move on the Kings here because the Blackhawks are in the second half of back-to-back.
And the fact that I know their AHL teams fucking got snipers on their team.
They do. No, you're right there.
Martin Frick.
But they're -200 favorites.
So I took them regulation. I got $1.23 on the lovely Pinnacle that works here in America. At
this point, you have not added anything to what you've tweeted out. Is that true? Are we on the same page there?
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Look.
Jimmy's harping on my last two here.
sorry.
Like I feel like I'm on the stand. Like I really have to have a case here. I'm in trouble. Like I'm not gonna have a place to stay tonight. Like
Deacon says that's not Goji. This guy's wearing a Toronto beanie and doesn't look homeless. It's because he's got a big long drive competition.
Yeah, man, I'm fucking ready to go. We got the churchgoer outfit here.
Yeah,
and
he likes to be a churchgoer on the course.
On the golf course. Yeah, they call it the course, Jimmy. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to come in?
Boston.
Nick,
come on in.
Come on. Say. Let's hear what you have to fucking say.
What do you got to say?
The rivalry begins.
Going down?
Well, say it to the mic.
You're going to drink that beer down, but you're not going to beat me in the golf.
You're drinking coffee and I'm drinking beer.
I guess he wasn't watching the show.
Yeah, that's full of Kraken.
That's full of Kraken, son. That's got Kraken in it, my lad.
Yeah.
You want to smell it? Yeah. I'm going deep, bud, and there's no stopping me. It's going to be straight. And you're going to be left in the trees looking for your ball.
All right, let's put a poll up. Let's put a poll up, Jose. We're gonna review the action, but let's put a poll up. Who do you have winning the long drive competition?
This guy's wearing a fucking hoodie too. Like, is he golfing or is he going to like the back of an alley to sniff some coke?
Who do you have?
I have not changed my outfit yet. If there was cocaine around, you never know.
Who do you have winning the long drive competition? We're gonna pull it up right now. Boston Nick or Mr. Gogster, and I do have a hundo on old raw dog Gogster. 60 pounds lighter. 60 pounds lighter.
That's it. Justin Thomas.
Okay, let's. Nate said he's going deep, man. How deep? Too deep.
Raw dog deep.
And Boston Nick will be live on the show tomorrow, giving us his UFC action. So he'll be on Betting with the Bag tomorrow here. And if you want to party with Boston Nick, meet us in San Antonio. Andrew G says Nick. So we're getting that poll up right now.
Oh, Andrew G's got money on you. Minus 110.
Go, Andrew.
All right.
Poor guy.
Okay, let's review action right now. Let's review action here on
These guys
the show.
are fucking just...
So I'd only made 2 bets in NHL before, coming into the show.
Yeah.
So I'm only on Lightning minus 110 and the Panthers minus 1.5 and minus 110. I would have had a third drink. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
If this is how it's going to be for the rest of the week, I don't know what's going to happen.
I would have had a third bet.
Tuesday's show is going to be all time because we're going to have to just pick up Jimmy off the streets and drag him in.
I would have had a third bet. I would have had the Panthers first period. So I do understand why you like the under if it goes up to 6 in Tampa Bay, Boston. But if it was like 3-2 late in the game and it got tied up and it was 3-3 and I'm going to lose this bet because it's going to overtime, I wouldn't be surprised, and it makes me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm adding Panthers first period minus a half.
Love it.
I still have interest in the Stars, but I don't think I have the balls to bet it. The Red Wings, Islanders, I'm off. Flyers, St. Louis, I'm off. I think that the Minnesota Wild minus 1.5. I would have loved to have heard what Dennis Garcia had to say about this spot, but
I like this one. I really like the Minnesota Wild here.
I think the Wild are the look.
Are the play, yeah.
And then I think the Jets are the look. I think that they roll over the Senators, and I think that it's packed at Canada Life Center, and I think they keep playing good hockey. So, and then I'm going to go heads up with you, and I'm going to take the Vegas Golden Knights because I don't like the hockey team, but they're not a pack of bitches. And you're saying that they're just going to get shut out. Like
they're a pack of pigeons like on your balcony, Jimmy.
You did see the balcony. You were afraid to look.
I didn't even go out there. I don't think I could see.
I wanted to see the pigeons, and I still haven't got to see them. What the hell?
There's kind of like a tint on the windows, like I wasn't supposed to see out it.
And then you also have the Kings in regulation, which I get. And I'd like to go over their lineup. If we could go over their lineup at some point this afternoon, not now because we got to move into college basketball, but if we go over their lineup.
They got a solid AHL farm team. Like this is the best hockey team. So when I got these guys coming up, you're going up against a back-to-back in Chicago. They don't have a good farm team as well. Their injuries aren't so much a concern. Just lost Hagel. This is a LA Kings play here, guys. Regulation minus 123. I'm taking Nashville. This is the one I fucking love. Jamie's going down here. First period money line minus 108. Full game minus 112. Beat that movement on earlier on. I also got Tampa Bay money line here, guys. First period as well. Plus 102, plus 100. We also have the St. Louis puck line plus 104. Philadelphia's fade material going forward. Also, Tarasenko, Thomas looking like they're going to be in. That's a great sign. And then Minnesota going up against another back-to-back. Demko's going to be going, but I think they got dead legs in front of them. So Minnesota wiped the floor. First period minus a half, plus 134. And then the puck line, Jimmy, plus 119.
I love it. Gogster, my man. So Gogster has his big golf contest coming up it's in a couple hours here, right?
Yeah, a couple hours. Do a little stretching here,
There's not going to be a live stream of it. However, there will be a video, of course, and maybe, I don't know, a big show, or then we'll go Instagram live. We'll see. But there will be a video, and we'll do it right. Don't worry, everyone.
And there he is, Mr. Gogster. Let's just get you one quick. We have 46 votes in.
Ooh, what do we got? What do we got?
Sorry, we have you have 76% of the votes. 76% of the votes.
I got you guys. I got you. All right, guys. I'm out. Catch you later. Love you. Bye.
And I got $100 on Mr. Gogster. I'm going right up against Jeff Slaughter with that hundo, so we'll see if he pays me out in a full. All right, let's roll. Am I in an okay spot here? You want me to move?
No, you look lovely as always. But I would say, Jim, the people are clamoring for say hey plays, and I would like to address that. I took an L yesterday. Well, as you say, transparency.
Yes.
But I did take a 7-7 draw L, which tastes a little different.
Yeah, well, when you bet spring training baseball, sometimes your games end in 7-7 draws, and you take it right in old prison pocket with a 7-7 draw. Maybe you should lay off the spring training games.
I refuse.
Are you going to have a say hey play today for us?
No. Unfortunately, I'm waist deep in picking people up, and then from the waist up, I'm ready for the college basketball. Speaking of college basketball.
Yeah. Let's get right to work and joining. Look at there. You're getting a little hydration before our big trip. There he is. I cannot wait to hang with you, C-Mac. I'm so pumped up. Please welcome to the show, Miggity Mac Daddy. We got college basketball on tap. Let me get get this chair out of the way and move over to the middle. C-Mac, how are you, my man?
I'm good. Seems like everything's going good. Wish I was already there today. And I have to say, if I was golfing with those two numbnuts, I'd kick their ass. So
I've heard, Connor.
Be a fact.
Gogster said that you weren't shit, though. He said that your drive is a big pussy. That's actually what he said, word for word. So.
We'll show him some big pussy when I see him. Bitch made Gogster. I'll see you tomorrow, sucker. Anyways, we'll see. No, I wouldn't mind taking it down.
If you do have a big pussy, let's keep it from us for the whole week that we are in San Antonio. And then
you actually were talking about your pussy lips a lot yesterday, Jimmy. A lot.
Well,
yeah. There you go. Look at the guy who's talking shit.
Exactly.
It comes up in conversation.
I like the fresh hat. Did you just get that? Did you buy that?
I did. I got a couple. I got a few because I
had to.
I left all my hats in the Uber at 4 a.m, leaving Toronto hammered.
You did?
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
I wish you. I need to grab a few as well if we have time. Well, can you hear me good? I got a little static. Can you hear me all right?
I do hear a little bit of static. I don't know.
But we can still hear you though. A little static, but you're sounding lovely as always, Connor.
Let's get right to work.
Thanks, Jose.
It is a huge night for us here on Pubapalooza in San Antonio. We are going to the Michigan Villanova game at the AT&T Center, and we also stick around for the Houston Cougars Arizona Wildcats game. And last time I went to NCAA Sweet 16 was at United Center, or that's what it's called in Chicago. I forget, but and there was no liquor sold, so there's a very high possibility that there'll be no liquor available at this basketball game, and we'll get sober as the game goes on. Whether that will equate to better live betting, probably. And I have only laid in one bet on Michigan. I have not bet the Houston-Arizona game. But that's not where we start, C-Mac. We start with the West Region Sweet 16, number 4 seed Arkansas Razorbacks versus number 1 Gonzaga Bulldogs at the Chase Center in San Francisco, California. And, man, I wish this was one of our games. And then, look, we have 2 spectacular games, so I'm not that upset. But I wish this was one of our games. And I have already moved on Arkansas Razorbacks, and I didn't get the best line. In fact, I thought I waited till it got to 5. At first, it was 4.5 on the first half, and I waited till it got to 5. But I have Arkansas first half plus 5 and full game plus 9.5. And we have our host of NCAA Net Profits, C-Mac, joining us from Vegas right now. And we're going to have multiple cappers coming in and sharing their action here. So, C-Mac, take it away. How are you getting paid in the first game, Arkansas Gonzaga?
Well, I got to give a shout out. I wish my guy Noli was here today, but I guess he's here in spirit. I'll go over last night, up and down, but not too bad, not too good. A few bad losses, a few good wins. Let's get to this one though. Here, Jimmy, I love it. Gonzaga, what team are we get? So you mentioned you like Arkansas right off the bat, first half. Obviously, Gonzaga's been asleep at the wheel. What are you looking for there?
I'm back.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you all right? I had you muted, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
I'm good. I said some wiring. We're good.
Okay, we're good. Gonzaga here. Obviously, they've been asleep at the wheel these first 2 halves. They've had all this time, to get things done. You think they still have a bad first half again? Because you got to think Mark Few has told these guys, get it together. I don't mind that your bet at all because I am on the Razorbacks. By the way, there are 10s now out there, Jimmy, at Circa and Bookmaker. So
if I had waited now to bet it, I would have got a 10.
Yeah, so there are 10s now. So I don't mind your first half look as well. I just think Gonzaga's got to play a little bit better in the first half, having, the 4 or 5 days off or so. And Mark Few saying, you can't get off the bus and be down 10 every game and come back. This is not going to work. And it hasn't for Gonzaga. That's why they will go down again. And if they win this national championship this year, they can shove it to me and I'll say, hey, great job. But they will go down again, I think, this year. So let's get to this one, though. Razorbacks got by. the New Mexico State game. New Mexico State just covered for me in that one. What an ugly game. Talk about ugly basketball. That was tough to watch. But I think Arkansas is a little bit better than Memphis. And Memphis's biggest problem was turning the ball over. Even though they're so athletic, they turn the ball over all game long in that one. And Arkansas keeps better, of the ball. They don't turn it over as much. Other things I delve deep into this game is, even in that game against New Mexico State, Arkansas got to the free throw line, hit 22 of 25, Jimmy. They went to the line second most in all NCAA other than Abilene Christian. And they're decent from the line, like 70, 76%. The Zags, through 2 games, 54% from the line in 2 games. And this year, they were pretty pedestrian. I think they were around 195, 200 from the free throw line, which I think could hurt them in a game like this. And it's good for Arkansas. A team like Note, this guy gets double digits every game. I think he's gotten it almost in all but 2 games this year, the point guard for Arkansas. I think he gets more point, he's got to be big here as well. So does Williams. I mean, Timmy's the guy, especially if Gonzaga gets down. They're always a great bet. As I'm going to talk about in all these games, live betting, because all eyes are going to be on this. Just like the games you're going to be in, we're watching this. So that's why live betting in these games is so great. When all those other games are going on, you can't watch each and every one. So pregame bet is not crazy with me here, but I am taking the points with Arkansas full game plus 10. One thing with Arkansas, they've been able to steal the ball and get pressure on teams, which hasn't been great. And my weakness with them over the past few years has been on a neutral court and on the road. But I think they can hang here with Gonzaga. I'm just worried they can't have lulls of not scoring for 7 minutes like they did with New Mexico State. But Gonzaga isn't that great defensively. That's just how it is. This team can light it up. They're decent defensively, but they're not that great, and they don't force turnovers. Arkansas does. They get, can steals. They're up there. I think they have 9 a game. I think they put a little pressure on Gonzaga here. And like I was getting to, I think the points are the way to go here. So I want the plus 10 with Arkansas as well, as I think they can get to the free throw line, keep this game close. Gonzaga might go on here, but I got to take the Razorbacks and the points in this one.
I agree. And look, it's possible that this Gonzaga team is just not as good as the teams that we have been seeing. And look, obviously it's concerning watching it go from 9.5 to 10 instead of 9.5 to 8. So yeah, I can understand being nervous here, and I'm nervous. We have 41,271 tickets in, and Sports Insights has Gonzaga as the most valuable bet on today's NCAA card. 43% of the tickets are on Arkansas, 50% of the cash. I'm comfortable there. And then 68% of tickets are on the over and 35% of the cash. Do you have a feel on this total?
No. I think it could get over in a Gonzaga game. And Gonzaga isn't very good defensively. It's kind of like Purdue. I think that's going to be their downfall. Whether, of course, they get by St. Peter's, who knows if they blow them out, they win but don't cover, which I could see that happening. But that was my whole thing with them this year. And I saw it in Gonzaga. And you know what? It took a while, Jimmy, because they don't play multiple road games. They played well on neutral floor early in the season, but we've seen that before, where they beat a Kansas and they beat that. But when you get into the West Coast Conference and it's just kind of a lull there, finally, they have back-to-back games, and St. Mary's, who plays defense pretty well, shuts them down, and they don't get the job done. So when they start seeing real defenses, and Arkansas, I don't know, pretty good defense all year long, like I talked about, I think 10's too many here. So I got to roll with Arkansas and Pig Suey here.
Yeah, I get it. I absolutely get it. We'll give you that plus 10 here for CMAC. And
Connor, I'm rolling with you, too. I got him plus 10 as well.
But I mean, I'm sure getting nervous that it feels like a lot of us are on Arkansas and the market's moving against us. So I'm a little nervous. But you know,
real quick, Jim,
Yeah.
but you got to think of that as, I look at it as a little bit different. This time of year, the money's so much, and so many people are betting. There's so many public, people, and the public's going to be all over Gonzaga. So that's where you're seeing a lot of this money. I know we like Arkansas, and I am worried that in the end this could stretch out and Gonzaga could cover. But I cannot just not take these points after what I've seen at Gonzaga the first two games. But if they are clicking on all cylinders, like we talked about, they could get this covered. But I got to take the points here with Arkansas. I've kind of rode with them all year long, and I think they'll hang around here, especially I get that 10.
Yeah, I've got Arkansas winning getting to the Final Four out of this group. So, but one thing that does help us is our man Matty Ice is also on Arkansas Taint Play of the Day. Next up, we have Michigan Nova, and we will be there live in person, sweating this one out. South Region Sweet 16. Michigan and Hunter Dickinson and Juwan Howard. We met them. Well, didn't really meet them. I yelled at them yesterday, and we cheered for them yesterday when we got to see them. And
wait, where were you guys? Real quick before I cut you off, Jamie. Where were you guys? A bunch of grown men in a boat in a little gondola ride.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I was just wondering where that was from. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we were eating steaks and drinking heavy, so it wasn't like it's not like we're holding hands singing songs. I mean, so yeah, we're on a fucking boat. C-Mac, what you got to say about that?
I love it. I would have been there with you. I just thought, I love it.
I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, I felt very comfortable on boat. I didn't think it was a feminine act.
No, it wasn't a feminine act. I didn't mean it by that. Let's not go personal. Don't take it personal. It just was asking. Yelling from the,
Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. Okay. 136. It's now down to 135.5 or 135. And Michigan is at +5. There are 4.5s on the board. I've moved on Michigan full game. And look, I understand that Villanova has elite guard play and can handle the ball, and they have a coach in Jay Wright who's been through this war many, many times, and then there's all these pluses to them. But we keep going back to the same issue, and I know that you guys just spoke about this issue, and I seem to not be caring much about it with Arkansas. Maybe it's because we were getting 9.5 points, but I do not know what Villanova is going to do inside on Hunter Dickinson. I don't think they can do anything on the outside, and I just need the ball in Eli Brooks' hand, and I need him to play like a veteran guard and have the ball in his hands as much as possible and play a great game. And if I got Brooks and I got Dickinson, I think that we can slowly break down Villanova. Whether or not they can win the game outright, I don't know, but I think we can stay in this game. So that's my look here. I'm on Michigan. Take it away, C-Mac. I can't wait to hear your breakdown. Michigan, Villanova.
All right. Sorry if there's a little bit of static here. I don't know what's going on. Usually everything's okay. This game is fascinating to me here, Jimmy. I don't blame you for wanting Michigan and the points in this one. Obviously, this team was a top, kind of 10 team all year preseason. They had a rough time. Look at North Carolina. They're right where they are as well. And they're going to maybe make a run, even though I can't wait to talk about that game tomorrow. A few things going there. Michigan's been well. Looking up some of these stats, 9-1-1 ATS, their last 11 games on a neutral site as a dog. Good numbers there. And they have Hunter Dickinson inside. I think he is the difference. But you know who it's been the biggest is Brooks. I think he's the key there. I think he's such the key in this game. It's huge. Houston's been good. I thought he's hit big threes in the second half of that Colorado State game, and even in Tennessee. For that freshman, he needs to play big as well. But Brooks has got to be the guy here. I just have a problem. I picked Nova from the beginning from this bracket, doing some of the shows I did and the radio shows. I'm a Jay Wright fan. I think Nova wins this game. The problem is, like, I thought this should have been 2.5, 3 right now. And this probably might have been bigger if you think about it. If Michigan, hadn't played well, you could go back to blah, blah, blah. But this could have been an 8-point spread. They don't have the size, but they're just athletic, and they get to the foul line. Gillespie, Moore, Samuels, Dickinson have to play big against Hunter Dickinson inside. And one thing I talk about with Nova, top 50 3-point shooting, those shots drop, they win. Another big reason, Ohio State could not hit a shot there in the end. But if they hit some of those shots, I think they cover that game, even though I like Nova to win. I think Nova wins here again. It's just 5. It's too many here for me. And I get to the end here, Jimmy, with Nova. They're the best free throw shooting team in the country, 83% almost. That ices games. You have Gillespie or Moore at the line. I mean, these guys, they're like 92%. I know the full team's 83%, but get these guys on the foul line to end the game. That could stretch it out, and this could, end up as a cover for Villanova. Real quick with the total, Michigan was a slow-paced team. They started speeding everything up, kind of when Howard, the whole thing with this suspension, and I think they need to play fast here. But Nova is one of the slowest teams in the country. They're going to bring the ball real slow, set plays, throw it all around, and try to get the best shot. The problem I have with Villanova, I talk about with Max on the show, is they get stagnant. They just kind of, they have to get ball screens for Gillespie. It's basically Gillespie and Moore are the two guys who could create shots for them. So just too many points here. I'm not going to pull the trigger. This is the ultimate live game to bet for me. But I think Villanova wins and they go on. I chose them to get out of this bracket. I think they get it done here.
Do you find similarities between the Michigan Nova and Michigan Colorado State? You had Colorado State with this veteran group, this savvy guards. We knew that there was a big advantage in guard play, but you had nobody to stop Hunter Dickinson, and it didn't matter. And I said before that game, I was like, well, Colorado State better shoot 50% for the whole game from 3 or they're going to lose. And they shot 50% from 3 for 12 minutes and had a lead then, but couldn't carry it through. Do you see similarities between Nova and Colorado State?
I do, but Nova's better than Colorado State. Colorado State's a team from the Mountain West that all those teams went 0-4 and didn't even get a win. And I was shocked how high seeded they were in that, in the tournament, that they were a 6 seed. I couldn't believe Colorado State was a 6 seed. I thought they would have been a 10 seed. Jay Wright, I think this is the time of the year. I wish the best because I've had a little problem here. Shout out to our guard Big Show and Zo and everybody. I don't want to put the heat on them. Taking Michigan here, they've laid eggs for me a few times. I've took them, and I'm worried they lay one here. Remember, this is the rematch from 3 years ago, 2018. Nova beat them in the championship game by 17 points. So I don't think that happens here. But Michigan playing a lot better. Speed the game up. I think they got to get up and down. Villanova's going to play their slow pace on offense. I think Michigan needs to get up and down and try to score. Push the pace that keeps them in the game. Don't play slow with Nova. You play slow with Nova, and you know who did that? Ohio State. You'll get burned. You start bricking shots, and at the end, they start fouling. They win by 10 easily. They hit their free throws. That can't happen here. So the total's interesting as well because at the pace they play, this seems low for Michigan because I kind of like the over, but I think this game, the way Villanova wants to play it, this is more of an under. But they got to cover this number. So it's a game I'm going to stay off. I think Nova wins, maybe and a live bet here for me.
I can't wait. I can't wait to watch. This game is going to be extremely enjoyable. We will be there at the AT&T Center. Any of you guys in San Antonio, come say what up to us. We have 27 tickets in one row. Mr. Gogster, you off? All right, man. You go get that fucking money, man.
Hey, no pressure, but a lot of us bet on you, Gogster. So if you lose, then
go get that fucking money.
That'd be the second loser that Gogster is giving me this week. So we're on thin ice.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Jimmy, real quick, as long as I'm not too staticky here for you. I hope I'm not for you guys. If not, I could maybe change that out if you give me a minute. Michigan, obviously, the first 2 games, the first half, they haven't been good. I saw Noli put first half for Nova. That's where I'd like to, if I kind of play this game, I'd look to them first half. But going through the stats all year long, both teams were pretty good first half. Top 50 teams, right around there first half wise. So I think maybe if you like Nova, maybe take them first half if they can get out a lead. Michigan came out strong, both second halves versus Colorado State and versus Tennessee after adjustments by Howard and their coaching staff.
What an exciting game coming up. A big shout out to T-Brink Bets. Thank you for the dono. He says he's doubling up on this game. Nova first half and full game. Doubling up first half and full game from T-Brink Bets. Thank you, my man. Okay, let's. Trusty says that you sound like an angel singing. That's what Trusty says.
All right. I got a little static, but as long as I sound all right, I'm good.
That's a beautiful story, Trusty. You tell the most beautiful tales.
Oh, I can't get my mouth around that thing.
Oh man.
We move on to Texas Tech Red Raiders at Duke Blue versus the Duke Blue Devils. Man, I have yet to move on this. A lot of Texas Tech backers here, and we're going to have them explaining why they're on Texas Tech here in a minute. I've not moved on this game. Texas Tech Red Raiders 27-9, Duke Blue Devils 30-6. We are at the Chase Center. Texas Tech look good, especially. They handled Notre Dame quite easily. Maybe the Irish were a tired squad. Duke handled Michigan State, handled CSU Fullerton very easily. It sort of feels like neither of these teams have been really tested here in the tourney, and now we see the matchup in the Sweet 16. Take it away, C-Mac. Red Raiders, Blue Devils.
Yeah, I am on this one. Let's get right to it. Pick 'em. I already like it. I'd like to wait. Texas Tech was -1. I mean, now I see pick'ems everywhere. I'd like to wait even more. I'm on Texas Tech here. I want the better defense, and they have it hands down in this game. So turnovers, Texas Tech on the boards. Duke's 8th in scoring. Well, Texas Tech, I mean, they're top 10 in almost every category defensively. We'll get to Houston. They're similar. And Duke, though, about 6 weeks ago, I remember reading an article, Jimmy, they were top 40 in the country defensively. They have fallen off the map, in the last about 5-6 weeks. This isn't the same team defensively. Yes, they're athletic. They got the job done, but they made a Michigan State team that doesn't shoot the ball very well look pretty good. They pulled away and got that cover the other day, but I don't trust them defensively. Tech can shut things down. That's why I'm interested. But when I see a total right now this low, I lean over a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to bet it pregame, but just because Tech's defense so well. But I think Duke just is so bad defensively. Tech, even though their problem shooting the ball, they're still good. And you know what? They're so good is inside, with O'Banner, obviously McCullers, Shannon. I think they get the job done. And Duke's one of the worst teams in the 200s of late inside in the paint, giving up easy buckets. So I think that's where Texas Tech wins this battle here tonight. Both teams equal free throw shooting wise a little bit. I mean, Tech's 70%, Duke's a little bit better. Obviously, like we talked about, Duke scores, 8th in the country, but that defense I don't love. And I think this Tech team is tougher. Obviously, we're going to get into Coach K, this swan song thing. Is he going to get some calls? Do they want him to go further? I don't know, but I think Tech's the better team, and they get by here tonight. So I could only take Texas Tech in this one. And total-wise, I lean over if I had to bet it. Even though Tech's defense is so great, Duke's got to score on them. I don't know how much they'll get, but Texas Tech's been able to, when teams like Kansas, other teams that have, not great defensively, they'll get into the 70s and play games a little high scoring than you saw the other day against a tired Notre Dame team or against Texas. When they play Texas, the game can be in the 50s, low 60s. I like Texas Tech here. I am on them. We'll see with Duke. I don't trust them. Obviously, they're super talented with everyone, Pablo, all those guys, but I like Tech here. I think they're built for a game like this, and I want them over Duke.
And you want to wait to make it official? Wait to get a plus number?
Yeah, I mean, if this is now moving to Duke, I mean, I like to pick him, but if we're going to keep moving here and I can get a little plus money, I mean, whatever it weights to, I mean, I'll send it to you, you know?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
I don't know if it moves that much more. We've obviously moved to a pick 'em here, Jimmy, but I don't know if it gets crazy. I mean, maybe I could get even plus 105 at the highest. What do you think?
I think money is going to keep coming in on Duke. Right now, they have 58% of the tickets and 63% of the cash. It's the same thing going on with Villanova, 55% of the tickets, but 72% of the cash. And if I had money on Nova, I'd be like, how is this not turning? If this is not 5.5, I feel like there was a red flag there. By the way, Coach K has confirmed that if they lose, he will be cage dancing tonight. He hasn't told us what nightclub will be at, but he's got a blonde wig. I've seen him in that blonde wig before, and that's a confirmed. So he'll let us know what nightclub, if you are a San Francisco capper, what nightclub you can see Coach K cage dancing, and he's going to move forward in his dancing career, and I believe in him. So that's the Texas.
They're going to lose in California too. I think they're 0-3 or 4. They'll lose there tonight.
And Coach K will be cage dancing.
Cage dancing.
So we're going to we'll lock you in with that Red Raiders spot here at some point. So I'll just keep that as a note here for you, C-Mac. I've still not moved on the spot. Let's move on to the final game that we will be watching live at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. The number 5 seed Houston Cougars 31-5 versus the number 1 seed Arizona Wildcats 33-3. We're at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. We have Houston opening up as 1.5-point dogs, and that's where they are right across the board. Plus 105 pretty much everywhere. There's a couple plus 102s. This total opened up at 146.5 and has dropped to 145.5. And I've not been hearing as much about whether or not or I've not been hearing as much love for the Wildcats as I was expecting. Not even close. I thought there was going to be more, but it just seems like everybody around here wants to back the Cougars. We have 31,675 tickets in, and the sharp money on Houston. Only 32% of the tickets, but 46% of the cash. I should say sharp money. I should say the bigger bets. And then we have 55% of the tickets on the under and all the cash on the under. All of the cash on the under. Final game on the card, and then we're going to have Jacksonville Zo giving us his looks, followed by Daby Cab. And Jacksonville Zo has rolled with us on our NFL shows, but this will be his first betting with the bag for both those guys. Take it away here, C-Mac, Houston, Arizona.
You have all the cash and the tickets on the under?
No, only 55% of the tickets, but all the cash.
Really? Okay. Yeah, well, this line hasn't moved one bit. That gives me a little bit of a pause. Just like Houston, I was talking about, with Texas Tech, their defense is so good, but they've been able to get in shootouts with certain teams. But I trust their defense. I mean, you can look 3 in scoring defense, number 1 field goal defense. I thought one of the biggest things people talk about Houston, they're great rebounding. They're 7th in the country offensive rebounding, but Arizona's 2nd in the country defensive rebounding. Obviously, Arizona's got all this talent, all this size. Coloco, the center, Tubeless, and then Mathurin obviously is going to be, big time draft pick in the NBA. And what a shot he hit the other night. I was all over TCU. This line's super short. Yeah, it's just saying, Arizona, this is easy. Take them here. I don't buy it. I like Houston a lot. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. One problem with Houston, Sasser's injury, I thought would get to him at some point here, Jimmy. I thought it'd be 16, the Elite 8. Could they get – they're just not deep enough. Obviously, Edward, all these guys have played well, even Mark, but they're just 6, 7 guys. They are not deep, but they play super hard. They're scrappy as all hell. And I think this total's a little bit too high. I'm leaning under. I know it could get over. This one, I'm going to see the pace of the play, I think, and maybe live bet it than just making a move right now on the total of what's going on. But obviously, Arizona's got the talent. I've seen them all year. How much do you value this Pac-12? Obviously, I'm pretty high on UCLA. Arizona beat them 2 out of 3. But I'm worried about Arizona. I see, the other day, Lampkin did what he wanted inside. Miles was great. O'Bannon Jr., those 3 guys for TCU. That's why I love the 9.5 points with TCU the other night. I thought that was just too many for a TCU team that's played really, really well against good teams down the stretch. So, but we got the short line here. Not an easy one. I lean Houston, and I lean under. But especially when these games get tight and get close, this is trips to the Elite Eight, the Final Four. Everything gets slower. Everything slows down. Possessions get slower. You throw it around, that whole, blah, 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 blah. So top defense, top offense, 2 good teams, rebounding, shot blocking, all that good stuff. I think this one should be a good one and should be tight. So, but I lean Houston a little bit and the under.
Mike M says this looks like an under to me too. Dennis Garcia, I really love highlighting his comments in our shows. He says, I really wanted Houston here, but you just saw Houston destroy. You saw Arizona struggle.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, everyone loves Houston. Arizona was the better team all year, and the spread is to pick them, Arizona or pass. And then Trusty says, does it matter that it's a home game for Houston? And these are huge points that have kept me off at this point. And I please message us constantly with your live action because we're going to be at the game. 27 tickets in one row, C-Mac, at this game tonight.
Damn.
All right, man, I love capping with you. So it's great to hear C-Mac's looks. We're going to get Jacksonville Zo in. Then we're going to get Daby Cabs in. But C-Mac has moved on the Arkansas Razorbacks at +10. He is interested in the Red Raiders, but he's waiting at this point. And he's interested in the under, and he's waiting. And I'm
on Texas Tech, Jimmy. No, I just want the best number here.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, okay, but I'm on that. I'm just waiting. That's official. I just don't want to get something. If I wait and get something better, that's all.
Absolutely, okay. My man. C-Mac, I can't wait to see you tomorrow, my man. When do you get in?
I'll be in right after your show. Me and Dutch get in at 10:37. We touched out, so right around 11 o'clock.
11 Pacific?
No, 11 your time, Central. We leave 6:10 Pacific.
Oh, sheesh.
Early.
I thought about dressing up in like some sort of collared shirt and a tie. Go pick up Dutch and have just a steak ready for him there. Just hand him immediately. Just hand him a steak.
Give him a bib. Give him like a nice napkin.
That would have been good. C-Mac, my man, I can't wait to hang out with you, dude. I'm very, very excited. Thank you for sharing your hard work with us. And get to San Antonio, man. Get home to San Antonio, homie.
I will. I'll be there soon. But shout out real quick that you just mentioned about Dennis Garcia. That is huge stuff. What people just saw in perception and Houston being so close there with San Antonio, having a bunch of fans and making this line shorter, which if games were just a little bit different scoring wise the last few days, this could be 3.5. That's why it's, but I just wanted to mention that because he always gives, like you said, great insight. And I got to give a shout out to my guy, DG.
Yeah, I love capping with him. I'm very thankful to have him roll with us. C-Mac, my man, thank you for sharing your hard work and insights with us. Please send me constant messages on the live action that I should be that you're moving on while we're at the game. I'll be
definitely
here. So, much love, my man. There he is, Miggity Mac.
See you tomorrow morning.
Follow him on Twitter and come down to San Antonio, hang out with us. There he is, Conor Mac in the house. All right, so special guest time. We're going to have a couple of our cappers here in studio sitting beside us and tell us how they are going to be betting the big Sweet 16 games. And then we move on to NBA with Dutch Boy Fresh, who's been running so hot everywhere and on this show as well. So without further ado.
Well, Jimmy, I was going to say, would you like to have them all at once? Would you like to have them all individually?
I'd like to go individually.
All right, cool. Well, let's go grab our first victim here.
So let's go, my man. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, come on in, Zo.
We got Jacksonville Zo joining our show. As you've seen him on our NFL pop-up shows, but he's making his betting with the bag debut here in this blitz. What up?
What up, Jimmy?
Good to see you, my guy.
Good to see you.
All right, put the headphones on. Get the headphones on, and let's get right to work. I believe you have action on each and every one of these games.
I do.
All right, well, let's get started. We've already done sort of the precursor and the intros to all these spots, and C-Mac just touched on them, so excited to hear how you're going to get paid. We're going to start with the Arkansas Razorbacks, Gonzaga Bulldogs. This is the first game on the docket, 6:09 p.m. Eastern at Chase Center in San Francisco, California. Zo, my man, take it away. The floor is yours. How are you getting paid on this one?
I'm big on Arkansas. I think Gonzaga is.
Can you want maybe get
closer?
closer?
A little closer. Okay.
Yeah.
Gonzaga's a little overrated if you ask me. All this talk about Holmgren being the number one pick in the draft, I don't think he's as good as somebody like Branchero. But ultimately, I think Arkansas. I have Arkansas first half. I have Arkansas full game. I got them at +5 for the first half, +9.5. I just think Arkansas will keep this close. I do think Gonzaga wins, but I think the 9.5 is way too many points.
Do you have any concern that it's moved to 10?
I don't have any concern. I should have waited on underdogs today, Jimmy. I'm betting underdogs today because all the public seems to come in same day. The same thing with like the Duke game. They're coming in. They're betting the bigger names, and I should have waited to hit it at 10.
First half full game, so I'm right with you. And we have not had many people talk about backing Gonzaga, and I'm becoming more and more nervous, but at least the sweat will happen right beside you while we're at the big game tonight, and yes. You got your blue attire ready to go. Michigan versus Villanova. So let us know your action, and then let us know what you are going to do if Michigan wins outright.
Yeah, so a little bit of a heart bet, I can tell you, Jimmy. I'm on Michigan. I think Hunter Dickinson's going to be a little too much for any Nova big man to handle. Depending on Eli Brooks, we got to shoot the 3-pointers well. But I do like Michigan getting the 5. I think that if they win, I right now my flight's back on Saturday, and my flight will become Sunday, and I'll be going to both games. So I'm really hopeful that Michigan can pull it out.
So what would your number one concern be as a Michigan backer going up against Nova?
It's the 3-point shot. I mean, it seems like everybody's 6'5". They all can shoot threes. They spread the court well, and they play good defense. So, I mean, the concern is, can Michigan – and Villanova's going to want to slow it down, I think, a little bit on us. So Michigan's got to be shooting their shots. If they shoot like they did against Tennessee, I feel good. I think we win.
I'm very, very excited. So did you just only have full game?
Only full game. Only did the full game. I think that's because I'm a Michigan guy. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of that first half bet. But I think that if Dickinson doesn't get in foul trouble, that's the other concern I have, is Dickinson getting in foul trouble. He gets in foul trouble, we're in trouble. He's got to stay out of foul trouble.
If you're defending 6'8" and 6'7" and 6'6" guys in the post, how do you get in foul trouble?
It's the drive to the baskets and Dickinson trying to block the shot.
He better. If there's other squads where I'm going to be worried about Dickinson getting in foul trouble, if he gets in foul trouble amongst these fucking minnows, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to fucking lose my shit.
Diabate, the freshman, he can block shots, and he's 6'10", 6'11". Let Diabate block shots today. Dickinson, don't worry about that.
I feel you. So, okay, so let's just do this. So we have on Arkansas, we have Zo on first half. And
Zo, I'll tell you,
full game.
I thought for a hot minute that Michigan was funding this trip for you. I thought that you were just leveraging like everything on Michigan. And when you said originally you weren't coming, and I was like, oh, whatever. And then you said, oh, Michigan won, I'm coming. And I was like, damn, did he just put like a whole bag on Michigan money line, and now he's got the money and he just keeps it rolling?
Oh, well, I had money on Michigan last game.
Yeah, of course.
But at being a Michigan alum, it's one of those things that I told myself during football season, if they beat Georgia, I was going to the national championship game.
Yeah. That
didn't happen. So after they beat Tennessee, I was like, I'm not missing this opportunity to watch them play in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, 2 stones, 1 bird right here.
Exactly.
Is that similar to 2 cups? Let's go on to the Red Raiders. So the West Region Sweet 16, the number 3 seed Texas Tech Red Raiders versus the Duke Blue Devils, and man, market moving, making the Red Raiders going to the plus money situation for the Red Raiders. How are you handling this one?
Yeah, so this bet I placed on Sunday. This was my favorite bet there was 2 bets. This one in Miami. that I placed right Sunday night as soon as the lines came out, because I felt strongly on this, that Texas Tech will beat Duke tonight. And I bet at money line. It was -1. I think I got it at -115 money line. For me, it comes down to team play and defense. And Texas Tech plays as a team. They play solid defense. And I don't see Duke. Duke is a bunch of first-round draft picks all out there playing solo ball. They don't run a lot of formations, a lot of, hey, you beat your man, and if they come and double, you kick to me type of play. And I don't think against a Tech, I don't think that's going to work tonight. So I like Tech. I think Tech's got a really good defense. They should be able the first half scares me a little bit, Jimmy. I like they're down at halftime. I love Texas Tech in the second half. They're a great second half team. That will be a bet I place at halftime if they are down at the half, because I know how good Tech is on the second half. I've won a lot of money off them this year in the second half. So, but I hope that they're up the whole game. But it could be they're not really a great first half team, so Duke could be ahead at half, which I'd be fine with.
Yeah, I feel you. And so what was the bet you placed on Sunday?
Texas Tech money line -115.
And so at this point, CMAC wants to be on the same thing, but he's just going to wait and wait and wait.
Yeah,
and see what kind of plus number.
I would agree with that. If I'm sitting there and I hadn't bet this game yet, I would wait until an hour before game, because you might get +1, +1.5, because this Duke money, it's crazy. I mean, these fans love Duke.
They all want you to take a shot for some reason, so they want you to get all fucked up here. And Trusty still questioning the 2 stones and 1 bird. But yeah, it is 2 birds and 1 stone.
Yeah,
I remember my late great friend Erwin Barker. He would say, well, "When would that? Who comes up with that? When would that ever come up? Like, what are you, a Palestinian ornithologist?"
Well, I go for the overkill, guys. It's definitely 2 stones, 1 bird.
Okay,
is that Jose? Is that because you missed with the first stone and then you got to have a second stone to throw at it?
Because I throw like a bitch and I wouldn't get him on the first throw.
That's what I said.
Maybe he's throwing birds at stones. All right, we have Zo, who's moved on Texas Tech on Sunday at -115. Okay, let's go back to the final spot on the board, and then Daby Cab is going to join us, and then we have Dutch boy fresh for NBA.
Oh, actually, and we have Teece. I found Teece.
Oh, is Teece going to come in and drop a spot?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Number 5 seed Houston Cougars 31-5 versus number 1 Arizona Wildcats 33-3 AT&T Center, San Antonio, Texas. I don't know if you were listening to the show, but some really interesting points have been brought up about this game. Were you listening to the show? Did you hear it? If you weren't, then I'll wait till you.
So there was a little bit out there I could hear, but I did not hear much.
Okay, cool. So why don't you tell us how you are going to bet this, and then I'll talk about the 2 most important factors that are being weighed by our cappers.
Sure.
Is Houston's home court advantage, and then of course the bias, the recency bias, watching Houston take care of business and watching Arizona struggle, and if you know how those are affecting this game here is that we're going to be watching live. So take it away, Zo.
Yeah. So this game, I've heard a lot of people on Houston in this game. For me, I'm on Arizona. You asked what scared me in one of the games. The thing that scares me the most about this game is the offensive rebounds. TCU killed them on the offensive glass. I think they had 20 offensive rebounds in that game. And I heard Connor, one of the things I did hear is Connor talking about Lampkin. Lampkin just was dominating the boards on him. And here you're Arizona, you got 3 7-footers on your team all playing, and you can't get the rebound. I mean, it's kind of crazy how much, and that's something that's been throughout the year for them, is they've had trouble on the defensive glass. So that's the one thing that would scare me in this game off Arizona. But I just think Arizona has too much. I think they got too much size with all 3 7-footers. They can rotate. They can guard the paint. The shots at the rim aren't easy because of the size. And then they got the guard play. And Mathurin, to me, is a top 5 player in college basketball. So you got a great shooter. He made that great shot. I'm sure do you watch the last game?
Oh, yeah.
So that shot that he made to tie it, to send it to overtime, just money player. So I really like Mathurin. I even bet Mathurin over 18.5 points tonight because I think he goes for 20. And I think Arizona's just – I agree with you. I think there's that bias that everybody's looking at, oh, look how well Houston's played. And Arizona just struggled their last game. Arizona's not going to get by this game. I think Arizona's a better team.
And you've already moved on
I've
Arizona.
moved on it.
What did you get it at?
A 1.5.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that from a market advantage, we have one with Arizona now because of. Do you trust the Pac-12?
That's the other scary part. I don't. I mean, I did in my bracket. I mean, I had UCLA and I have Arizona going far. I had UCLA making it to the Elite Eight, and I had Arizona. But typically, Pac-12 doesn't do well
until last year when they just
UCLA
ruined. Also Oregon State.
Oregon State too.
I'll never forgive them.
I love it, Zo. Thank you so much for rolling with us. Please, can you jump on again tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Come on tomorrow.
Arizona -1.5. He's got Texas Tech at -115. He's on Michigan +5, and he is on first half full game Arkansas Razorbacks. So we'll see. You got 5 bets here. You're going to be making live moves, and I'm sure you'll tweet them out, and we'll retweet them for everybody to know. But we'll review your action from today and discuss the games tomorrow.
Sounds good, Jimmy.
Much love, man. Thanks for rolling through. There he is, Jacksonville Zo, who was top 5 in grab Cabbie. He was top 5 in our NFL Pub Hub shows. And
is that good?
Yes, it is. It is good. It is good. And he was top 3. He was top 2 for a while there. Much love, Juan Ruiz, Stat Guap. Thank you guys so much for rolling with us. Trump 1 says TCU had that game, had Zona exiting, turning that game. They'll be heading home tonight, says Trump 1. We have a debut here on Betting with the Bag right now as we speak. You've probably seen him in our chat and roll with him on Twitter. And now he's live and in person. Throw the headphones on, my man.
Sir.
Please welcome to the show, Daby Cab in the house, man. What up, Cabbie? Respect. It is great to see you. Thank you for rolling with us. I smell the sweet, sweet ganja
man.
Oh, yeah.
Cab, I'll give it over under 2 minutes that he mentions, you know what? Over under 2 minutes.
Well, I mean, is this something that we shouldn't be mentioning?
No, I just know you love talking about it. It's my favorite thing.
I respect athletes, Jose.
Especially Gogster's father and Daby. Yeah. I'm an athlete, motherfucker.
No,
what?
Not with those milky tits.
I'm an athlete.
No, you're not with those milky tits, man. But they are smaller than I suspected.
Thank you.
Daby, talking to the mic, come close in here. We
got
Cabbie ready to rock and roll, making his debut here on Betting with the Bag. And I think you're going to see a lot more of him. I really respect your game. I respect how you cap. And I'm excited. I'm excited to have you on the show. T-Brink Betts says the man, the myth, the legend, Cab. Respect. Thank you for the dono. Let's get right to work. We don't need any real breakdown from me. They've heard my breakdowns, and we've had C-Mac and we've had Zo up. So let's get started with Arkansas Razorbacks and Gonzaga Bulldogs. And I think you've moved on 2 of the 4 games.
I've moved on 3 now.
Okay, sweet. Okay,
so
let's start with Arkansas Gonzaga. Take it away, my man.
Okay, so last game Arkansas came out. Note he couldn't score. He couldn't hit anything. Right, 0 points in the first half, and then he came out second half. I want to say 17 points second half. Yeah, where Note goes is where Arkansas goes, right? He is so crucial to that team and to the facilitation of everything. And where I've been leaning on this would be Arkansas in the first half. Man, I think Note is going to come out focused. He's going to come out. I think maybe even a money line play on Arkansas in the first half would be like something I would consider. I do think Gonzaga wins, and I don't like taking a dog whenever I don't think they're going to win the game. I just don't. I like to be able to think that they're going to win. And I mean, Arkansas, they have not looked great their first 2 games in this tournament.
No, but it's hard to judge their opposition. I mean, where do you like Vermont and New Mexico State? Were tricky teams to judge all season long. So I don't know if they are minnows that should have been stomped on, or they're really good,
And even if they were minnows, right? Like Arkansas, and we were talking about it, they're one of those really gritty teams, right?
Junkyard dogs, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that they have the ability to play up or down to their opponent, right? And so now that they're playing Gonzaga, I think they know who they're playing, and I think we might see a different Arkansas team today, and that's why I really am leaning on them hard. I'm not going to pull the trigger just because of what we've seen, like you said, and it's hard to judge, but man. I'm like I said, I'm not going to be surprised at all if Arkansas comes out, looking like the Arkansas that we have going really far into the Final Four in our brackets and things like that, because they are that team. They just haven't looked like it recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
and there's a lot of biases in some of these games, and this isn't really one of them. So this is the only game that you haven't moved on yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's move on to the first game that we will be watching: the number 11 seed Michigan Wolverines in business here. Look at their 19-14 record sitting beside their team, but they certainly seem like a different group right now, and they have a huge advantage with Hunter Dickinson and the market, right, as we've been talking about. There's so much money on Nova, 55% of the tickets, 72% of the cash on under 37,000, and the market's it's not moving towards Nova, it's moving towards Michigan.
See,
take it away.
That scares me too. So I did move on Villanova in the first half, and I did it last night. It was like 2:00 in the morning after we had left here. I was still sitting there because I've been going over this game and over and over and over again. I wouldn't go against Michigan full game. I just wouldn't do it. I think Dickerson in the paint, like you said, who's going to stop him for Villanova, right? But one thing people don't talk about is Michigan's guard play. Okay, their guards are every bit as important as he is. Brooks. So that first game, he was not Brooks, but who was out with a concussion protocol in the first round.
Yeah,
it was one of theirs. It wasn't Brooks, but it was their other senior guard, and I just blanked on him. But either way, and he was out. They struggled first half against Colorado State, right? Mm-hmm. Like they ended up pulling it out, but those two guards they facilitate everything, and I think Villanova is going to be able to match those guards today. So that's kind of, and Michigan's one of those teams that likes to muck the game up. I don't know, like they throw a wrench in the way everybody plays. They
want a dirty game.
There you go. Yeah, they want a dirty game. I don't know how to explain it, and it was you who said that last night, and I think that's kind of what pushed me on to Villanova when I was sitting there, because it's like Villanova is so clean. Like if there's one thing that I can say about this Villanova team, it's they play clean basketball. Mm-hmm. Really clean basketball.
Yeah, spectacular guard play, spectacular coaching, and senior guard play and super senior guard play.
Exactly. So that's where I came out with this first half. I don't think Michigan's going to be able to muck it up as much as they do. They throw a wrench in it for everyone else, and I think maybe that Villanova is able to avoid that with how clean they are today.
What did you get a Nova first half at?
-2.5 at -115.
Nova first half. -2.5, -115. Oh shit. Okay, let's keep rolling. I love the breakdown. Very, very interesting. And we're gonna have a lot of live betting opportunities if it correlates with how we see the game and how we watch the flow. Do you think that if Nova wins this game, it goes over? If Michigan wins the game, it goes under?
Yes. Like same with Duke and Tech. If Duke wins, it goes over. If Tech wins, it goes under.
Well, let's talk Texas Tech, West Region Sweet 16. Your alma mater?
Yeah.
You were a what, man? I'm not. Why should I be a look, man? I start smiling when I think about it, because I like hanging around athletes. I love sports, and I want to talk sports nonstop. So why wouldn't I want to talk? As one of the stars of the Texas Tech Red Raider baseball team, and I respect that shit, Jose. So blow yourself, Jose.
I wish
I can't wait to cap baseball with you guys, man.
Fuck yeah!
I cannot wait.
Oh yeah, I think Jose, we should do a surgery to maybe just slit your groin so that you can blow yourself.
I would be taking out a rib, actually.
Well, yeah, we'll do both, just so you can blow yourself at any time.
He's like, I looked into it, man.
No, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, that's why. Where do you think the pussy lips came into play? Come on.
So look, I respect your past, man, and being drafted by the Brewers is such a cool past, and I just respect it, and I loved researching it, and I had a lot of fun going over your numbers and all that stuff. But let's talk about your alma mater in action here: Red Raiders, Duke Blue Devils. Take it away. I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. So anybody who's followed, and I'm sure you've seen, I do first half a lot. That's really one of the main places that I'm going to make my bets.
It's about having as much control over your bet as possible, right?
Yes.
And if we're talking about as much control, you're taking the start of the game because you have a belief in how they're going to come out and what advantages you have because you know who's going to be on the floor. You know that they're all healthy when the ball tips off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. What you just said, there's so many things you just said. And also, too, it's like the first half, for the most part, it's going to run smoothly to the end, right? It's going to run to the buzzer. Whereas the end of a game, I mean, we've seen the end of basketball games. Who the hell knows what's going to happen at the end of a basketball game, right? Somebody's going to miss their free throws and be up by 5, and then the other team's going to hit like a pointless 3 to lose by 2 and cover the spread, right? And the first half, I feel like you're avoiding a lot of that, bullshit, I guess.
Hijinks.
Hijinks. There you go. Tech, on that note, has not been a good first half team all season. they've been one of the best second half teams. But in the first half, Tech's so defensive minded, and the way that they play, I don't even think they give themselves an opportunity to put up more than 36 points a half, right? And that's a lot for Tech. 36 is a lot for Tech. They just the way that the pace that they play and the defense they play, they don't give that opportunity. And they're just very slow. Even at last game, they went on a 10-1 run in the last minute, and I have it written down in here somewhere, but last minute and 59 seconds and a 10-1 run. That's not new for Tech. If you look at like the team in the last 3 to 4 minutes of a game, they're probably one of the best teams, if not the best team in college basketball. But in the first half, they suck, right? So I did take Duke plus a half a point before all that money started coming in on Duke. I actually thought money was going to come in on Tech. I guess it's Duke, so that was stupid to.
No, I mean, you were looking at it from a basketball standpoint instead of a fan standpoint.
Exactly.
And that's what this tournament is huge for the fans, not the gamblers.
The line movement isn't exactly what it's not always going in these games the way of like the better team per se as it is just the name. Yeah. We all know that Duke's talent, right? They're probably the most talented team, but their experience and that talent translating into play hasn't been there all season, right? We haven't said anything because I don't care that much, but it could be Coach K's last game, and which Coach Adams for Tech, it's his first year, so it's an interesting coaching matchup
for sure. And I did mention that Coach K will be cage dancing at a nightclub in San Francisco tonight after the game, and he won't tell us which nightclub he'll be dancing, but he's moving on to his new career as a showgirl. And he looks good in a wig. He's got some nice feminine qualities. And
I can see it. Yeah.
So we have first half Duke plus a half.
Now, for the sake of everybody here, I took that days ago. I'm not sure if that line is still available.
Yeah, no, it's at this point we just want to hear how you bet the game, and at this point, so that's all good. I mean, I could pull up what we get right now at Pinnacle first half.
And so this is one of those games where when I'm watching it, if it looks like Tech is, they're playing good, and hopefully I win it, right? And Duke's up by 4 or it's tied.
Mm-hmm.
I would very strongly consider taking Texas Tech in the second half. This is one of those games where I actually like both teams, which is kind of weird.
I feel you. Duke first half, Texas Tech full game, but you get a better advantage if you wait for the right time. If you're right with Duke, and then you'll get the live move on Texas Tech. I love it. So right now, if you did want Duke first half, it's minus a half, but at plus 100. So plus 100. I love it, Cabbie. Let's move on to the last spot on the board. The final game we'll be watching tonight.
Ooh, man,
the 5-seed Houston Cougars versus the number 1 seed Arizona Wildcats. We have Zo on Arizona minus 1.5. CMAC wants to wait on the under, and I have not moved on this game. Take it away.
So, and it was kind of hard to hear. I was trying to listen, but was CMAC kind of leaning towards Houston if he likes the under?
Yeah, I mean, we're all concerned of the bias of what everybody just saw. If this game, if you take last week out of it, Arizona is what, a 4.5 or 5 point favorite? If last week doesn't happen, are they a 4 point favorite coming into this game? Last week is affecting everything so
heavily.
Saying
like how they played against TCU.
Yeah, very. Not that TCU is a bad team, but we saw TCU play pretty average ball this year and take a ton of L's, and Arizona is very lucky that they're in this game.
So, I guess what I would say is, do you think that Houston's been undervalued though? Because I think they have all year. Personally, it's like you turn on this game tonight. One of the first things I guarantee you that you're going to hear the announcer say is, "Oh, even after the injuries, this is what Houston has done." Everybody wants to talk about the injuries. I mean, this team, they won a conference championship in the tournament, right? They're
easily. They stomped on Memphis.
Easily. They're in the Sweet 16. They are a good basketball team who I feel like people are kind of just writing off still, like in the Sweet 16. So, yeah, I think the spread might have been, but do I think it should have been?
Not a chance.
No, I don't. I don't. This Houston team is, if you look at, how TCU is built, this Houston team is a more talented version of TCU. the way they run their defense, the way their designs are, they are very similar teams, the way they go for those second chance points, right, on the offensive glass. And that's my biggest angle for why I'm on the first half here is Arizona gave up 20 points to TCU on the offensive glass last game. Now, Arizona, if you look at their rebounding numbers for the whole year, sure, they're good, but not when they're on defense. They give up way too many second chance points. And Houston, this year, last year, 3 years ago, is always one of the best teams when it comes to second chance points. Those guys are so aggressive on the boards, just so dominant. And I think this is going to be one of those games where if you give up 20 second chance points to Houston, you're not beating Houston, right? You might beat TCU giving up 20 second chance points, but you're not beating Houston if you do that, right? So that's where I took Houston +1 in the first half on this game. I think it's going to be a very good game. I could see Arizona pulling it out, but I would lean Houston full game also, but I took them in the first half. So
I love it. What did you get? What was the line on Houston first half?
I think I got -110 when I took it. My phone died. I'm sorry. I don't have it.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I love it. I love it, Cabbie. Are you cool to jump on the show again tomorrow and go over those games and we'll review how everything went today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Respect, man. Respect.
Awesome.
This is dope. So a review of Cabbie's action at this point. No Arkansas Gonzaga, but he is on Nova first half -2.5. He is on Duke first half +0.5, and he's on Houston first half.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, get that cash, man.
Yeah, let's get it. I'm excited for tonight, man.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking
Thanks
magic.
so much for having me.
Oh, our
Thanks,
pleasure.
Low baggers too. Everyone in the chat. I'm usually in there with you guys. You got the best show, man. You got the best chat.
It's the chat that makes the show. I've known that since I started. So yeah, I love capping with everybody, and it's great to have you rolling with us, man.
Thanks, man.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. Daby Cab's making his betting with the bag.
The Blue Jays have traded Randall Grichuk.
Good. What do we get for him?
Ramel Tapia from the Rockies. Sure.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Ramel Tapia was not on your radar until 2 seconds ago. But
not on my radar. No, sure. Sorry, I wasn't sitting here thinking, God damn, I wonder what Ramel Tapia is doing right now. Probably showering.
You should. By the way, we've kind of fallen behind, so I think it's time for NBA, and we can bring on Teece a little later.
Okay, let's do that. Let's get our guy Dutch Boy fresh in the house, and maybe I should pour a shot for our nobody capping hotter than our next guest, coming to us live from Las Vegas, Nevada. The freshest motherfucker in the business, man. Our guy and yours, Dutch Boy fresh. Dutchy, what up? I'm turned. I don't know what time it is, but I'm on the sauce, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man. I'm good, Jimmy. I'm good. That's why I reached out to you this morning. I had a feeling it was going to go this way, my guy, but it's all good. We're ready to, you know what I'm saying? Got a couple games. We can hit them over the head real quick and get up out of here and get my ass to Texas.
Dutch, I'm sorry, and I love you. And by the way, we were just talking. When we pick you up tomorrow, we might have a steak right there waiting for you. Who knows?
Yeah, you want to start with a steak?
You
want to start with a steak right off the plane?
Hop off the plane, get a steak in you on the drive over.
It's pretty early, Jose. How about this? I'll tell you where you can buy my steak at. That's how that'll work, my guy. But I appreciate you, Jose. I appreciate you.
Hey, no problem.
Okay. Man, it's great to see you, Dutchy. Can't wait to roll with you. And I have made one bet so far in NBA on this card, and that is my Toronto Raptors. I got the Raptors -3.5 last night. It's moved to -5. The gloves are fucking off, Cavs fans. Cavs have beaten the Raptors 3 times. We are a better basketball team than them without Jared Allen. I think that's pretty easy to say with Jared Allen's on the floor. The Raptors are just a better basketball team. And now we get you at home after you've beaten us 3 times. And look, my boy Schnizzle is going to be all lit up tonight. And I'm going to be talking so much trash because the Raptors are going to beat the Cavaliers. I'm not saying they're going to smoke the Cavaliers or whatever, but this is the biggest game of the season for the Toronto Raptors. It's going to be sold out at the Scotiabank Arena. these two teams are also playing with the slow pace. It just keeps slowing down. The Cavs 3-2 over the past 5, playing at 27th fastest pace in the NBA, 94.46 possessions a game. Raptors are 3-2 at 29th in pace at 93.75 possessions a game. Let me just grab this here and pull up the market that we are dealing with. The Cavs had their modest 2-game winning streak snapped in a 131-120 loss at home to the Lakers on Tuesday night. LeBron went off 38, 10, and 12. The Raptors coming off their second loss in 3 games. Not having Anunoby on the floor hurts. And Gary Trent Jr. dealing with a toe injury. He missed Monday's game. He did not practice Wednesday. The x-rays are negative on that. And then Van Fleet did not play in Philly when we beat them 93-88, but did play in Chicago. And obviously he's got a knee injury that they're trying to handle and deal with. It's moved to 5.5 at BetMGM. This total at 214 is moved to 214.5 or 215. These teams are playing very slow pace, and I would have interest in the under, but I don't want to get in the way of getting paid on the Raptors on the side. Dutchie, take it away. Cavs, Raptors.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy, Paulie Walnuts. Mills, I see you, my dude. North Ender. Yeah, you got a good number, Jim, and I'm not mad at it. This game, I'll break it down a little bit. It isn't an exotic backwood for me. Really, I could make a case for each side. I believe the number's pretty sharp. If you got the 3.5, obviously it's a beautiful thing with it going up to 5.5. Looks like Trent and OG might be both playing. I believe Trent will definitely be suiting up. But the Cavs are a gritty team, and you touched on it. They didn't only beat and cover against these boys 3 times this meeting. This year, their average win, Jim, is 18 points per game. So they put it on these motherfuckers. So it is tough to beat a team 4 teams in a row. But do I want to go and lay the points here on a home team and the Raptors that honestly plays better on the road? The last 5 at the house as a favorite, they have not covered, and they're 0-5 overall. Last 5 at the house against the number 6-2. However, last 8 against the number. So they do cover, just not at the house. So I believe this number is real sharp. The Cavs are 5-2 ATS last 7 meetings versus these boys, but the Cavs have kind of came back to reality a little bit, especially on the road. 1-6 straight up last 7 on the road, and they're 1-5 straight up last 6 in Toronto. So I do expect Toronto to win this game. I wouldn't lay the 5.5. I think the 3.5 is probably good money, but I believe it's pretty sharp, Jim. So I'm going to stay away from this one. I'll root for you, my guy.
Please do. I think Schnizzle and I might fight tonight. Do you have an interest in this total? Because these teams are playing at such a slow pace, and it's not like these are really efficient offensive teams.
Toronto, I like to look unders, to be quite honest with you. It's hard for me to find a shooter, especially when Van Fleet isn't on and isn't out there, and Trent's not hitting, because sometimes Trent's very streaky. So I definitely look unders with Toronto, and obviously all the length they have. To me, they should be one of the top tier defensive teams. Just everybody's fucking 6'8", especially that front line. Scotty Barnes, I expect him to do some work tonight too. Look for him in the prop market. They don't really have anything for him. I think he's a little too strong down there, quick for Mobley, and obviously with Allen being out, they should have that edge. And then obviously losing 3 in a row, Jim. I think you're on the right side here. I wouldn't touch the total, but if I had to pull the trigger, I would only look under with Toronto.
Yeah, I just don't want to get in the way of what I think is an edge that I have here with the Raptors, knowing full well what the Cavaliers have done to them this year, and we're battling for the 6th seed in the playoffs. It's the most important game of the season, and you're right. They have not been covering those 7 and 8 point favorites as going up against bum-ass teams, like the Magic and shit like that, and not covering those games. But this is a big, big, big deal. Dan Kelly says, warning, don't tail Jimmy when it comes to the Raptors or the Jays, says Dan Kelly. I hope your database...
Thanks for the positive vibes, Dan. Thank you, sir.
I hope your database shows that shit. So I'm just going to just keep that shit to myself.
No, I like that look, though, Jim. And honestly, you beat the market, so I wouldn't really do anything. Just sit back and be happy with what you've done already. You know what I mean?
I agree, and that is what I will do. 8 p.m. Eastern, next up for us, the Indiana Pacers 25-48, 9-27 on the road at Memphis Grizzlies, 15-23, 25-10 at home. We're at FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. Indiana 2-3 over their past 5, 9th in pace, 100.50 possessions a game, while Memphis 4-1, second in pace, 102.70 possessions a game. Both teams on the second half of back-to-backs, and the Grizzlies did it again without Ja on the floor. And God, Desmond Bane. I mean, this team is having so much fun together. I don't see another team in the NBA that looks like they like each other as much as the Grizzlies. This team just they like being on the floor floor together. They love playing without Ja and being in dog role, and they taking care of business. Pacers on the second half of back-to-back after having their 2-game winning streak snapped in a 110-109 loss at home to Sacramento last night. It was easy to stay off the Pacers as a big favorite last night. That was easy, but they still were I'm still surprised at how trash they were. Against the Kings team that didn't have Sabonis out there. And then I wonder if this is a spot where they bounce back, in a dog roll. This total opened up at 236.5. It's up to 238.5 at BetMGM. And let me just put the all markets here. We know you don't want a bad team as a favorite in the NBA ever, but do you want them as a 12.5 or 12-point dog after they lose a heartbreaker? Take it away here, Dutch. Pacers, Grizzlies.
Yeah, man, I don't have action on this game, Jim. It's a backward to me, but I really don't think you got to overthink this. If you want to bet this game, it's got to be Memphis first half and probably the over 237. It's high for a reason. The Indiana Pacers can't stop a fucking nosebleed, and Memphis likes to run it up and down the court back to back. I don't think it'll really affect them. These boys, their mentality's grind city. That's the motto, and that's what they do. So, yeah, I would look for Memphis first half here. I wouldn't touch Indiana with nothing. And if you want a total on this, it would definitely have to be the over because I see a lot of points.
The Grizzlies cared so much about last night's game. It was so evident after they'd scored buckets and when they made their big run in the fourth quarter. It was just so evident. And now the Pacers come to town. Does it feel like are these Grizzlies just love the opportunity to when people second guess them without Ja on the floor, and you think that they'll still be ready to go because it feels like a good hangover spot and a spot where the Pacers are going to come in sharper than the Grizzlies?
Yeah, I could dig that. I could see that, but yeah, from what I've seen from Memphis, they have that. Like I said, their motto is grind city, and they have that mentality from the coach down. And they do have that chip without Ja out there. Baines is the type of guy who really likes to play, and Brooks being back too sets a tone. Has a real chip on his shoulder as well. Really, this whole team from Adams as well. They're a gritty team, man. So I wouldn't look for them to overlook the Pacers. I mean, we are getting 12.5. You're getting 12.5 here. It could be a backdoor cover here. But look for Memphis to come out and play Memphis Grizzlies basketball.
I hate that this is happening. The last thing I want to be doing is caring about the fucking Pacers while I'm at AT&T Center tonight. But I just feel like this is set up for Memphis to be a little sloppy after a big win, an emotional win, and the Pacers losing as favorites. I don't want it on my card. Maybe I can stay away from it. I just see the Kraken bottle staring at me too, like just saying, bet the Pacers at 12.5. Let's move on.
I don't know.
I know. I do. I just think it's a perfect situation after everybody watched the Grizz, shut down Brooklyn and with 5 minutes left in the third, KD getting whatever he wanted, and then they stepped up. They were the better basketball team. Are they going to really care about the Pacers coming to town on a sleepy night? Next up, we're at the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Washington 1-4 over the past 5, 15th and pace 98.7 possessions a game. Coming off their 7th loss in 8 games on Monday at lowly Houston, 115.97. Milwaukee 3-2, second in pace at 102.70 possessions a game. Milwaukee coming off their 3rd loss in 4 games. Is that? I almost feel like that was a what? I think I've got that stat wrong. A 120.
They smacked around those boys the other night.
They beat the Bulls 126-98 at home. So that's 3rd win in 4 games. Sorry, it's a alcohol-fueled capping here. 3rd win in 4 games, 126-98 at home versus the Bulls on Tuesday. This has gone from the Bucks at -12 all the way down to 9.5. And this total has gone from 233.5 all the way to 228.5. Must be personnel situation going on here.
Giannis.
No
Giannis, no Middleton from Milwaukee.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Take it away. You have any interest in this spot?
This is simple to me too. It's literally the same thing with the Grizzlies. I understand what you're saying about the Pacers, but the Pacers aren't a team you want to bet on. Not a team you want to put any real money on, Jim. And then when it comes to the Wizards, it's the same fucking thing. You look Milwaukee here first half full game. They got Lopez, they got Portis in there. So Grayson Connaughton's back. He looked pretty solid the other night against Chicago. So I still think it's a lot of points. Yes, it's 9, but I still believe the Wizards are not fade here. So if you want to bet this game, I load up Milwaukee early, and then I endorse them first full game as well. But we tend to go with Milwaukee first half. But yeah, I don't like this game, Jim. But I definitely would not be betting the Wizards or the Indiana Pacers today.
LJ from H-Town says Milwaukee first half. Wizards are the worst team first half on the road. We have two games left. Two games left on the card, Dutchy. Next up, 8 p.m. Eastern, Chicago Bulls 42-30, 16-20 on the road at the Pelicans, 30-42, 16-20 at home. We're at Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. Chicago 1-4 over their past 5, 16th in pace at 98.60 possessions a game. Pelicans have been running a little quicker. They're 3-2 over the past 5, 6th in pace at 100.80 possessions a game. Bulls coming off their 4th loss in 5 games. That loss on Tuesday that we just spoke of to the Bucks. Pelicans had their 2-game winning streak snapped in a 106-103 loss at Charlotte on Monday, and Charlotte is playing inspired basketball. When we go over to the cash flow here, and maybe we should just touch on all of it. There's almost no bets put in because of the Sweet 16. Very little, and you said it, Dutchy. It's just it's an ugly card today. There's no. I'm just gonna. Maybe I'll see if I can refresh it, but there's no information coming from there. We have the Bulls opening up as 1-point favorites. They've moved to 2.5-point dogs, and this total has gone from 228.5 to 225.5. Take it away, Dutchy, my guy, Bulls Pelicans.
Yeah, I do have 2 plays on today's card, and the last 2, so I do like the Pelicanos here. If you've been fucking with me on Pub Sports Radio, the Bulls are a motherfucking auto fade on the road. They're becoming an auto fade all around. We did back them at the house the other night in a perfect situation against Toronto, but then they go right back and do exactly what they're, what they've been doing and getting their ass whooped on the road there against Milwaukee. But Pelicanos been playing solid ball, and I believe this is a good spot here. Would I like to see BI out there? Absolutely. But they got McCollum. They got Graham coming off the bench. We talked about this before. I like me some Jackson Hayes, man. I like those kind of kids that run the floor, get every rebound, play defense, just 110 the whole time. We need more cats like this in the NBA, and he's getting full out of his potential, and I like to see it now. I like him next to Big Val. You do have Jones there playing, some of the more upper echelon defense in the league. Jones actually plays from a rookie. Got really long, lanky. If he could just knock down that open shot, he'd be a solid player here in the league. But I would prefer him not to shoot, attack the hole, and just play some fucking defense. But the Pelicanos are 5-1 ATS last 6, playing on 2 days rest. 4-1 against the number last 5 overall, Jim. And the Bulls, like I mentioned, I simply believe these guys, don't have it together. And when it comes to the road, I don't know what it is. They do not play well on the road, and they're, I believe, 0-16 against top-tier teams. Now, the Pelicans obviously on a top-tier team, but I do believe they've been playing some of the better basketball of late. The Bulls are 0-6 ATS last 6 on 1 day's rest, 0-8 last 8 on the road. They've 1-4 straight up in their last 5, Jim. They've been out-rebounded by an average of 10.8 rebounds per game in all 5 games. So I look at this as simply that Jackson Hayes, Big Val, these boys are going to be too big for him down low. A lot of second chance points. The Pelicans are top 10 in rebounding, and I just believe that they're going to just bully him down low simply, and the second chance points will be a big plus in this game for the Pelicanos. And obviously CJ needs to do his thing. Graham come off the bench and do a little something. And just really, I don't know if DeRozan's going to be out there as well. That's something that's questionable. I still believe Levine's about 75% right now. But hopefully DeRozan doesn't suit up. But even if he does, they haven't done shit with him out there, especially on the road. So I look for that to continue. The Bulls are 2-10 ATS last 12 overall, 1-4 ATS last 4 versus the Western Conference. So we're going to go right back to the trend, fade the Chicago Bulls on the road, and lock in the Pelicanos. I got it at -1.5, Jim. If that's still available, 2 is fine as well.
It is still available, -1.5, available at a few different books, Circa being one of them, -1.5 and -110 for the Pelicanos, and Dutchy's first official look on the board. Again, we track everybody's plays who comes on the show, and Dutchy hitting at 60% with a huge sample size is just being absolutely spectacular. Let's move on to the final game, Dutchy, that being the Phoenix Suns, 59-14, 29-6 on the road at Denver Nuggets, 43-30, 21-14 at home, Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. The Suns, they just keep winning basketball games, and they stepped up against Minnesota last night. And here I am sitting, feeling the same thing I felt yesterday. Are they just going to keep winning? The Nuggets had their 2-game losing streak snapped in a 127-115 win at home over the Clippers. We watched it here in the bar. We got 6 TVs in 6K here in the back of the bar. We got our own little spot here at Southtown 101. Like, when you step into our area, you're going to be like, oh, I'm fucking home, man. And we watched the Nuggets take care of business against the Clippers. And this feels like a spot where the Nuggets should take care of business. They're 4-point favorites here at Pinnacle as we speak right now. Let's take a look at the market movement quickly and then touch on where the cash lies. So the Nuggets open up as 3.5-point favorites. It's moved to 4 at some books. BetMGM has moved it to 4.5. This total is sitting at 231.5. A couple books have moved it to 232. And then from a cash perspective on this, let's move. All right, I've got some better. I had to refresh this. So we have 40% of the tickets on the Nuggets and 28% of the cash on the Nuggets. I mean, and the market's moving towards the Nuggets. So the books are making it more appealing for anybody who wants to bet the Suns on the second half of a back-to-back after the Suns won comfortably in Minnesota. Is this not all shaping up for us to bet the Nuggets?
Yeah, man, I'm already on. I got it at 3.5, Jim. This is, today I told you, I wasn't really feeling this card. I had a late night last night. I had to take out the lady, last night before, we go do our thing in Texas. So, that's a little peep game to y'all that got the lady. Make sure you take care of your lady before you leave town. So when you come home, shit ain't all fucked up. It's just right. She's acting right. So, treat her right before you leave. And when you come back, it's all good. But yeah, man, back to this game. About to be a mile motherfucking high. We're going to run it back. We were all over the Nuggets first half against the Clippers. And this to me is a beautiful spot here. Now, when you look at Phoenix, all the trends, everything, my man, Jimmy said it too. You can't really find nothing to really knock Phoenix on. Although when I did look into it a little bit, they haven't really beaten anybody in the month of March. They've had they've luck of the draw. They beat Miami without Jimmy. They did just have an impressive win last night against Minnesota, which simply is the best team they've beaten in the month of March. A lot of Lakers, Houston, teams like that on the schedule for the Suns, and they barely got out of Sacramento with that win as well. But this is a spot play here. It really is. I think that was a tough game last night. Phoenix played. You had DA playing 35, 38 minutes. You had Booker playing 35 plus minutes, and then they're going to that altitude in the mile high. I'm not mad at the first half, but I locked in the full game at 3.5. And this is also, you got a little bit of a revenge spot here, Jim. The Nugs lost November 21st in Phoenix by 29 points without Joker. Now they did play earlier in the season with Joker, beat them in Phoenix by 12 as a 6-point dog. They're 5-1 straight up last 6 in the conference and 13-5 straight up last 18 overall. So Denver has been playing some of their better ball of late. Had a little hiccup here this last week, getting right back to where they need to be against the Clippers, and I think they'll show their better game tonight with Bones coming off the bench, Jeff Green getting in the mix. I like me some Aaron Gordon down there, playing some defense, getting some putbacks. But you know what it comes down to. Joker got to do his thing, and I believe he will. And I believe the Suns are going to be tired. Tough game traveling. So this to me is all over the Nuggets, locking the full game because them legs will come in to play, I believe, mid-third quarter. So yeah, I'm all over the Nuggets minus 3.5. I like this look, Jim.
I like it too. It makes a ton of sense. The Nuggets right now are at the 3.5 line or minus 114. Do you want them?
Let's do the 4. Let's do the 4.
The 4 at minus 105.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in with you here on this, Dutch. It just makes sense. So Dutch, you're on the Nuggets minus 4, minus 105. It's available right now at Penny. So you roll in with the CMAC. You guys on the same flight?
Yeah, man. Early flight tomorrow morning. So I believe we'll be there. I was thinking I might be able to do the show with you tomorrow morning, but I don't think so. I think it's a little later. So I will be doing the Pub Hub, I believe, tomorrow there.
Cool. Yeah.
No Pub Hub today, though. So, these are the plays. That's it. That's all you're getting from me today. This is it. So
I'd love to
money.
I'd love to sit and do the NBA show tomorrow. I'll see if Babano's cool with that. I'd love to be sitting beside you.
Yeah, I already mentioned that. So I was going to run that by you. I was like, I want to be there. So, yeah.
I would love that opportunity. Dutchie, my man, spectacular work. Thank you so much. I know that you got all this stuff to take care of before you bounce. So Dutch on the Nuggets, minus 4, minus 105. The Pelicans, minus 1.5, minus 110. And I finally get to the party in person with my man, Dutch Boy Fresh here in San Antonio. Anybody want to roll with us, man? God, this is going to be the best week of my life. So come down.
Man, definitely excited to meet you, Jim. Everybody that's there already excited. Everybody in the chat, don't be shy. Come out. You know what I'm saying? If you the real ones in the chat, come out and see us, San Antonio. Don't be shy. I know it's hard because you might not have met none of us or anything like that. But get on the motherfucking plane, get in the car, and hit the trip. You won't regret it. Everyone I meet has been pretty fucking dope. You know, a lot of good weed, a lot of good times. So, you know, just leave that weirdo shit at home and everything's good. Yeah, man.
Oh, that got me.
That's a good way to end it right
that
there.
got me.
There's
dude.
a good way to end it
That
right
got
there.
me, dude. That got me.
Bye, Dutch. See you soon. By the way, I'd like to say for the record, Dutch is easily the most intimidating person to meet that I'm ready for.
Keep that weirdo shit at home, man. Oh, God, that got me, man. My eyes are watering. Keep that weirdo shit at home. We need that on a T-shirt. Pub Sports Radio. Keep that weirdo shit at home. Oh, God, that got me, man. Okay. Before we review all action, we have Teece is going to roll up here and give us his action, what he's moving on today. So we're going to get Teece ready to go. Jose's going to grab him right now. Polly Walnut says, how tall is Dutch? We'll find out on the basketball court because we have a big game, big game.
How funny would it be if Dutch was like 5'7"?
Oh,
just tiny.
Yeah. There's some cash on the table.
There's still yes. For those who have been watching the whole time, there is in fact still cash.
Teece, my man, what up? What it is, man?
What's up, brother? Everybody wants me to put you in a headlock, bro.
Yeah. Well, you know, I stab first and ask questions later.
Apparently, I look like I could smack somebody or knock somebody out.
Move closer
Apparently
here. We have Boston Nick live on the course right now.
Yes, we're figuring that out. Let's do some capping first, and then perhaps we'll see some live shots. Who knows?
Oh no, and Dan Kelly's also on Phoenix Moneyline again. Okay. Don't like hearing that, Dan, my man. All right, Teece. We have a huge day of gambling ahead of us.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of money needs to be made. Needs to be made.
What's up, low baggers?
And how are you getting that cash? Where are you starting?
Well, first off, I want to
come a little closer to the mic if you can.
First off, I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. I watched the chat last night and I didn't see any of it, so wanted to just thank everybody. And Sean Thug emptying the coffers with Houston today.
Yeah.
See how that works out?
Yeah.
And so let's get moving.
Do you want me to start leading us in? Do you have action on all 4 college games? Or what?
No,
okay.
I don't. Had a good day yesterday with UNC Wilmington money line. That worked out great.
It was beautiful.
I'm gonna like everybody cap this Arkansas game for you and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to give my perspective on it.
I would love to hear it. Take it away. West Region, Sweet 16. This game pops off 6:09 p.m. Eastern. Arkansas, Gonzaga.
Yep. I took Arkansas first half just a few minutes ago, plus 5.5. I like that. Not touching the full game. You know, Gonzaga, they can pull away quick. You know, I think this game, I honestly don't see Timmy having the type of game he had the other day, last weekend. I'm curious to see how that works out. I think today's game is really going to end up on the Superfrost White KD set Holmgren's shoulders. You know, I'm curious to see how he. I think he's the X factor today. If he has a huge game, Gonzaga runs away with it. Another play I'm on in this game is I have. Oh man, I can't read my writing. The guard for Arkansas, JD
Note.
JD Note. I have him over 1.5 threes. The juice is high on it, but you don't pay the juice if he hits them. So that's minus 140. I got that today.
All right. Well, just let me slow down. So we got Arkansas first half. You got it at plus 5.5.
Yep.
And then you have Note over 1.5 threes at minus 140.
Yes, sir.
Sweet.
Yep, and that's all the action I have on that game. I really look forward to Arkansas covering that first half and me being able to enjoy the rest of the game.
I would like that very, very much as well. I only got the 5. I should have waited. I wonder if there's any market movement now in this spot. Let me just move over there. Please tell me if we get into game time and we don't see a 9.5 or 9. I'm going to be extremely concerned.
FanDuel and BetUS has it at 5.5 and 9.5. I think I saw a 10 too on the board for the full game.
Makes me nervous. What's the next spot on your card?
Next spot on my card is Michigan. First half, I got the team total over 30 at 115. I like that play. I've been fading Nova first half, and it was doing well up until last weekend. And I took Michigan first half plus 2.5.
So you have first half team total over 30.5 from Michigan.
Yep, minus 115.
And then you have the first half plus 2.5.
Plus 2.5. Yeah.
Can you talk about your expectations of the game and if you like Michigan in the first half? A lot of people have been talking about how Michigan sort of correlates with an under, but you think they're going to be able to put up points in the first half?
I do. And to be honest with you, I don't like the first half total, but I like the full game under.
Yeah.
So
that to me, that means that Michigan's in this game and they're making it dirty.
Absolutely. Michigan's in this game. I think the key to Michigan, they need to not bite on the pump fakes. If they can be disciplined and not bite the pump fakes, I think they're gonna do well. You know, I mean that's Nova's niche there, man. Get everybody to bite the pump fakes.
What kept you off of betting the full game under?
Foul shots. You know, in all honesty, foul shots and just the end of game shenanigans where the game tightens up and the refs start calling the fouls they didn't call the whole game. You know, I'm curious to see how this game starts out with the refs. Are they going to call a tight game or are they going to let stuff slide?
Colton, our guy Colton's also with you on the no tape props as well. You're taking a little heat for the Eagles sweatshirt, but I won't.
Oh well, man.
Yeah,
that is what it is.
That'll happen. So we have Teece on the first half team total over 30 and the first half plus 2.5. And I do have interest in this under. I have interest in this under, and I wonder if. Okay, I'm gonna spend some more time on this.
What's your best number on the under?
Let's see right now.
Total,
well, can we interrupt this for a hot second?
Oh, yeah.
Because
is it actually going off right now?
We've got a little treat for everyone watching. Thanks for everyone watching at home. We've got Big Show picks live on the scene.
All right,
with Mr. Gogster and Boston Nick.
Guess who won hole number one?
Yeah, the guy gets lucky. You know, he's you're better than I thought. You're better than I thought. But who had the longest drive? Was not you. I'll tell you that.
It was Slaughter.
No, it wasn't Slaughter. It was our guy Schnizzle here. He was
off the board.
I pulled mine into the fairway, just the wrong fairway.
Anyway, I'm gonna have a full set of clubs, but I'm gonna make it fucking happen. We got 7, 8, 9. You know, we're gonna make it happen. I got a driver still, Jimmy. That's all that matters.
I mean, come on.
We'll be back.
Excuses
wait. I can tell you that nobody cares about the first hole. Nobody gives a fuck.
Exactly. I fucking do. I do.
Okay, all right. What hole is the long drive? Anyone? Can they give us that information?
12 or 13. I'll show you where the long drive is, baby. Woo!
12 or 13 is the longest drive.
Slaughter does have a long drive himself, but
so there we go. I love this bit. Camera work shot, the Big Show. Camera work.
Oh, man.
All right.
We're about to get a go. After this one, we'll let you guys go for a little bit.
All right. Let's see, Gogster.
All right, Gogster, get your hip into it.
Thank you, Big Show.
Ooh, it looks like he's great.
That went deep, but that went way right.
It's windy out here, fella.
It's a little bit windy. You guys want to watch one of Boston before?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's watch that.
Left it nice. It's all right.
Let's watch that drunken write-off fire here.
This is gonna be great.
I'm fucking read for y'all.
Oh,
He's gonna put it in the bunker, boys. I can see it.
Oh, look at that. How long is it a squat for?
Yeah, right.
And Fat Wally, you're
dropping a deuce.
They are playing at Brackenridge. Yes, Fat Wally. So let's see it. Boston Nick. A lot of swagger in him.
Boston Nick's dropping deuces, not quarters.
Look at him go.
Yeah, it's because it's early and he's drunk. Wait till hole 12.
Ooh, that was nice.
Fat fist rolling.
He put that bitch straight in the bunker, just like I said.
Didn't even hit it.
Beautiful shot, though. I got under it.
All right, boys. We'll catch up with you a little later.
All right. Thank you, Big Show. Wow.
Building sandcastles, Nick.
Oh, man. Oh, God. I love those guys. Okay, so the best line on the under right now, let me just get over to. We have switched to the Action Network. Our old site has let us down on too many occasions.
Hate when that happens.
The best bet we can get on let's go to all markets here, is 135.5 is at DraftKings and BetMGM. They're both hanging the hook. What would if I had to send it into my local, I would get 135. What do you think?
Would
you prefer first half under?
No. If I'm going to bet the first half, I'm going to bet the over first half.
because if you expect Michigan to be in the game and dirty it up and grind them down, and Jawan to understand how to, just like he did against Colorado State, how to use Hunter Dickinson, because there's nobody in the post that can really slow him down on the other side.
I expect this first half to be around 64, 65.
Mm-hmm.
Full game. I think my numbers had it around 128, 129, 130, around that area.
So with that kind of advantage, it was just the pure hijinks and fouling at the end of the game that kept you off of a better winner.
Yeah. And I mean, Nova's such a good foul shooting team. If they're in the lead, they could easily cover at the line.
All right, let's move on to the next spot on the board. That is Texas Tech Red Raiders versus the Duke Blue Devils over at the Chase Center in San Francisco, California. Money is been coming in on Duke. Duke opened up at as a slight favorite. But there were some books that had Texas Tech as a favorite early. These are the legal American books like PointsBet, BetMGM, Caesars, FanDuel. But right now, Duke has now gone to -1.5 at some books. So let me just see what they are right now.
Duke's at 1.5?
They're they're -1 with no vig. It's bouncing back and forth. There's been a lot. And then when we go over to the cash, just to remind everybody of the cash flow here, we have. Let's move back to NCAA basketball. We have 55,280 tickets in, 58% of the tickets, 57% of cash on Duke. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, Duke, they're going to get the money over Texas Tech just off of being Duke and Coach K. But in all honesty, I would lean an under in the first half in this game. Nothing on the full game. I actually don't have any wagers on this game. I can just give you what, if I was going to sit down, and I still might put something on the game, but I would take Duke first half, and if I was going to play the total, it would be the under, but that doesn't really correlate with me taking Duke. So I expect Texas Tech to come out and D them up. In all honesty, I'm having a tough time with this game because Texas Tech's defense has been so smothering, and I just don't know if they can keep that up. I mean, you got to look at the whole body of work through the season. They haven't been a consistent team. So how do they keep the consistency in this tournament?
Yeah, and Duke does provide problems. I still haven't moved on this game, and even just talking about it, I feel like my back tightening up. I have not moved on Texas Tech. I find it extremely difficult. Yeah. But I could understand for me at this point that it's probably become a Texas Tech or no bet, and I might just stay no bet. Let's move on to the second game that we're going to be watching live. Number 5 seed Houston Cougars, number 1 Arizona Wildcats.
This is another one. I think these. Like Cab said, everybody's going to mention the injuries with Houston, and that does play a big part. I mean, you got, when you're getting this deep into the tournament and you're playing you're going up a level in competition, you need that depth. You can't have just 6 players playing the whole game. You need, so somebody gets in foul trouble. What are you going to do? Players get tired. You're balling out in the Sweet 16 trying to advance. I think that's where your advantage lies with Arizona. This is again is a game that I didn't play. We're going to be there. I'm really interested in watching, and this will be a game that I most likely take live bets on.
Yeah,
just because there's nothing better than being at the game and being able to. You can feel the energy, you can feel the intensity, and it's a huge advantage being in the crowd to be able to bet these games, and. I can see Houston get taken off and going up early. And if that happens, I would jump on Arizona.
Yeah. I would say the only thing that is better than a live betting game that you're at is...
I can't get my mouth around that thing. Oh.
That would be the only thing. Other than that, you're right. I don't think there's anything better.
It's like really hot in here, man. You're giving me sunburn with all these lights, Jose. My cheeks are real red.
It's the Philadelphia skin color.
You call me Rosie.
Oh,
no, let's not call you Rosie. I think of O'Donnell. I I'd like to keep that nickname. Teece, I love it. So we have Teece. Oh, sorry. 2 spots on the Arkansas Gonzaga game. You have Arkansas first half plus 5.5, and you got JD Notte over 1.5 threes at minus 140. And then we have first half team total over 30 with Michigan, and the first half plus 2.5 on Michigan. God, I need that shit to come in.
Some breaking news. Official Dutch boy freshest look is Denver -4.
I like it.
Denver -4.
I like it if it's first half.
Ooh, I like it. But then being on the other side of Dan Kelly, dangerous, very, very dangerous. I do think I'm going to add that to my action here. So we have nothing on the Texas Tech Duke Blue Devils, and at this point, you're going to be betting Houston, Arizona live.
Yes.
Teece, my man, respect.
Thank you, Jimmy. Hey, you know what? Before I get out of here today, and I'll do this tomorrow too, probably. I really want to thank Slaughter, Jeff. Amazing, man.
Yeah.
Dinner last night, amazing. The hospitality he showed us, amazing. And Jose back here holding it all together with his glue gun.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Doing an awesome job. Jimmy, you're fire as usual. And Sean Thug, we're gonna empty the coffers. These are for you when you hit that tonight.
Empty coffer. I love it, man. Coffer emptying. We have a huge day ahead of us, Teece. I'm excited, man. It's going to be a great day. Much
Appreciate
love, man.
it, man.
Respect.
Good luck, y'all.
Respect.
That's cash.
Let's get it. Teece, can you ask if Brizzy's going to come on and can give us a couple looks before we put a bow on this show? I know that we're fighting a good fight, but I love getting Brizzy's look.
Yeah,
so
we need Brizzy in here,
if
man.
you could ask him.
We've already crashed his party in his makeshift
He likes to
apartment
rest. He likes to rest. He's a big.
I feel like I need to read him a bedtime story every time I walk in.
Yeah.
By the way, we've got some putting action.
All right, let's go.
Got
Let's
some
go
putting
live.
action.
Let's go.
We're
live.
back. We're back live. Big show. We're back live with you guys right now. Watching Jeff Slaughter on the putt right now. I like Jeff Slaughter on the belly putter too. There we go. Billy. Welcome, Billy. Big show.
All right, boys.
For a second. Billy, I love your green jacket. I love your green.
This hoodie, so I wasn't prepared for this part.
Okay, so
can you ditch the hoodie? Man?
Yeah, we're about to ditch the hoodie for a second.
Okay, you got to ditch the hoodie.
Like when we literally bought the hoodie in the store, you told me to get a different color.
Okay, well, get lots of time, man. Don't worry.
All right.
Don't worry.
We're fine.
We're good.
Billy, we're all on the edge of our seats because you cashed very nicely yesterday with Jalen Brunson, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but
right?
we lost the other 2 bets.
Well, let's remember the winners.
Yeah, but my bank account remembers the losers.
That's gonna be fun. I can't wait for tonight. We get a little talking hands. You can find that, by the way, at the Puck Sports Radio shop. Look at that.
Let's go. Brizzy, our last guest on the show, and I love working with them. We all saw the magic that you delivered in our NFL Pub Hub, and it went in 2 days yesterday, and let's get that shit back right here. Where are we going? Are you focusing on NBA or college basketball? What's your plan today?
We're gonna start off with college basketball, man. I feel like I'm the only one in this whole entire building today. I might sit with Cash, Jeff's son or something like that. I'm on Nova today, man. I don't know what y'all talking about this Nova first half shit. Nova's one of the best free throw shooting teams in the league in college basketball. I want the better head coach, better free throw shooting team at the end of the day. And give me the Zags and Nova 2-leg parlay minus 138. We're going to take that one to the bank today. And then
Wait a sec. Nova, Zags, parlay, moneyline parlay.
Moneyline parlay minus 138 Bovada odds.
Ooh, okay. Nova Zags. I'd like to attack this Zag spot because you're the first person to really. I mean, I know that you're adding in money line with a 10-point spread. Do you feel like that's too many points that the Razorbacks are junkyard dogs and can stay in there?
I don't want to make the Arkansas people mad out there in the world, but I think that team's a little overrated, to be honest with you. I don't think the Zags win the national championship, but I think they beat Arkansas, as I like to say. This Arkansas bullshit. What is this?
Okay. So you start your card off today with Nova Zags moneyline minus 138. What's next?
Yeah, I bet that last night. We're just waiting on this injury news report. DeMar DeRozan just got ruled out for the Chicago Bulls, so we'll probably look at that before the NBA Pub Hub. Have the full NBA card up by then, but leans for the NBA card today. We got Grayson Allen. with Giannis being out for this one, I like the Grayson Allen over 10.5 points. That will probably make my betting card today. He gets a nice soft matchup against the Wizards. He has a pretty good point average without Chris Middleton off the floor. And then you take off Giannis, 2, the usage rating will go up. Grayson Allen knows how to shoot. It's the only thing he can do in the NBA. It's the only reason why he's out there on the floor. So I like me some Grayson Allen. That's a lean as of right now, not an official bet. And then the second second play that we're looking at. I know Dutch Boy's on the Denver Nuggets, but I'm hearing some rufflings in the feathers that Chris Paul could be back for this one. He was listed in the questionable list. That's the reason why I'm a little bit sketched out by that game. I like the over 232. I think that's going to be the highest scoring game of the day. I don't like to bet over-unders often, but I think that one definitely goes over.
Over. Okay, let me lock that in here. The Grayson Allen angle makes a ton of sense here. So let's add in this over. I'm gonna line shop for you on the over.
Yeah, nothing official yet. We'll save that for the Pub show for the official card.
I'll leave that. Let me ask you this though. Cavs Raptors. Can you give me some confidence here? Yeah.
Cavs Raptors. I mean, I thank God James isn't here. Man, I ain't back in Cleveland for shit unless it's Evan Mobley or Kevin Love. And then books ain't giving us no Kevin Love props. I honestly like the under PRA for Darius Garland in that game. That's what stood out the most to me. I feel like the Raptors guard play, you get a little bit more healthy. Scotty Barnes has been taking a lot more usage from the guards, I would say. He's been having a lot more of the ball in his hand. I guess, when a rookie at the end of the year gets the ball in his hand, gets a little bit more comfortable. Definitely the team seems the talent in him. I definitely think you guys can stop their guard play, and Darius Garland is literally the whole entire Cleveland team.
And also, we'll throw Delano Banton out there whenever we also need stops. He's got length, and he can.
Man, that's more of for the Chetty Osmonds of the world that come off the bench for Cleveland.
Look, I'm a Delano Banton fan, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. He gives you heart. So as long as you give me heart. I mean, I'm more of a Chetty Osman fan. It's more of a Cleveland homer in me. Big fan of the Turkish Basketball League.
Sure, why wouldn't you be? Turkish basketball.
Yeah, that overnight money that I just lost off the LA Lakers. I got to make some money back money.
Respect, man. Respect, Brizzy. Okay, so Brizzy, you got the NBA show on tap today. Who's on that? Who we have on that show?
I think it's me, you, Dutch, and Jacksonville Zo, right? Zo is coming on, right?
Is that today or tomorrow?
Is that today or tomorrow? I have no idea.
We'll figure it out here soon.
We just figure out the days as the days go, eh? Right?
Oh, man. Brizzy, my guy. Brizzy, my guy. Okay, so we have the bet you're most confident on, you would say, would be your college basketball money line parlay.
Nah, my bet I'd be most confident on is Grayson Allen, but it's not official because the money did not come out of my account yet. That's when it's official.
Okay, I feel you. Brizzy, man, I love rolling with you. Love capping with you, man.
No
stick
doubt.
around for the end of this with me. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for rolling with us. We have action all across the board here in every sport, but the big action's here at the Southtown 101. So come through Texas and party with us, man. Come through. Ray Charles.
It'd be a shame.
Ray Charles, by the way, Garland over 23.5 points. Siakam over 22.5 points. Shame. What do you mean? What are you saying, Jose?
It would be a shame if people came and joined us. I was being sarcastic.
Okay. We have a lot of $1 bills here.
Let's get a good shot of it.
Yeah, we have a lot of $1 bills here on the table as well, all over the place. I wish there was some double zeros behind those $1 bills, but there will be when Gogster outdrives Slick Nick. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We got some footage. So our first ever live footage from the golf course too. I mean,
I liked it. That was dope. That was dope. Okay, let's just do a quick review of action here. Gogster did not add any action. He's got 10 bets on today's.
Yeah, I think when you have 10 bets, maybe you shouldn't add any more action.
It is a lot. And I found this NHL card extremely difficult because the next thing you're going to know, you're going to look down and you got 5 favorites on the puck line, and that does not work out to a positive ROI. And so I found it an extremely difficult card. So let's just review Gogster's action. Here's coming up right now. He's on Nashville money line minus 108 and Nashville first period money line minus 104. And I'm going right up against him. I really think that you see a team get shut out twice in a row like the Knights, and you say they're going to lose again at home. after these 2 losses on the road, then you're saying that they're a pack of bitches. That's what you're saying about the Golden Knights. And look, I'm not a Golden Knight fan, but Chandler Stevenson, AL are not a bunch of bitches, and they're just not going to get shit on again. And we saw that when they had their 5-game road trip. And I did not expect to be on Vegas today, but I'm going heads up against Gogster, who's a spectacular capper. It's I love capping with him. Gogster's on Tampa Bay first period plus 102 and Tampa Bay money line plus 100. St. Louis puck line plus 104. Minnesota in regulation at plus 119. Minnesota first period minus a half and plus 134. And in his drunken stupor, he wrote more bet. You know what? I'll tell Gogster about it. But he does have Nashville down twice. So I
hope he bet it twice.
4 of his bets are the same. So for me, I did move on the Lightning. I got him at minus 110, and I must have changed now with Bergeron announced out of the lineup. It must have changed now. It better have changed now. Tell me no, it's still just minus 110 each side. Okay. I have the Panthers on the puck line. Additions, I'm going to add the Panthers first period minus a half. I'm going to also add 2 puck lines. And look, I found the card difficult. I'm going to be on the Wild minus 1.5 and the Jets minus 1.5. And then I'm adding Vegas. This is all the guys you make today. No, I'm not going to scoop this shit, man. We'll leave it here for the basketball show.
Well, I think I'll be scooping it actually.
Then in college basketball, I've already moved on Arkansas first half and full game. I'm really nervous about it. I feel like I got in too early. CMAC is also on Arkansas plus 10. Teece is on Arkansas first half plus 5.5, and JD Note over 1.5 threes at minus 140. Then the under I'm going to be studying right now, and I think I will add in the Michigan Nova game. But I'm on Michigan plus 5 full game. And then
no, this is off topic. Go ahead.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, I heard the lips slap. So
well, yeah. When my lips slap, I'm thinking about picking someone up. This person's Boban now. So
Bobano is at the airport. Okay,
I wouldn't say he's there yet, but he will be there in the next 20 minutes.
What a beautiful sound of those pussy lips of yours slapping.
And then Nutflush Allen too. Well, I should say the whole Nutflush family. I don't know exactly who's coming, but
Cashman. Oh, it's him and Kristen. Cashman says, "Oh, did Jimmy have a great time at the games this weekend? Much respect, thanks. Would love to be there. Family obligations call. However, no.
Shout out to my man Cashman.
Cashman, we got you forever, man. And family's always comes first, always, and that's a big part of it. For all of us, we cap as hard as possible, and we care about our family as much as possible. It's just family and capping.
And Cashman, I'm going to get you that ticket. He wants a physical ticket, and I'm going to try to get it for him.
And then CMAC is waiting on the for Texas Tech. Zo moved on Texas Tech on Sunday. Cabs on Texas Duke first half plus a half, and CMAC's waiting on Texas Tech. And I think I'll end up not being on this game. In all honesty, I'm not watching it. I'm going to have so much shit going on, and so many bets I'm going to make, and I don't feel like I have an edge in that game. And then CMAC's waiting on the under in Houston, Arizona. Zo's on Arizona minus 1.5. I'm going to bet the Pacers plus 12.5. Look, I want, this is a perfect, I'm not going to be afraid of betting the situation because they're a shit basketball team. I'm not going to be afraid. The Memphis Grizzlies played their hearts out and beat the Nets in front. It should be Pacers first half. It should be Pacers first quarter. Okay, I'm going to move. I'm certainly not going to bet more than 1 unit on this game. And so I'm going to have to decide between Pacers first quarter or first half. But this is a spot where I need to attack it. This is an angry Pacer squad against a Grizzly squad that, feel the Grizzly squad. How long were they in the sauna after the game? Probably 3 or 4 hours, talking about how good they are. Razor Sharp says be there in 22 hours. Prince of the City says over under on Dutch height.
Yeah, I got a good chuckle out of that. Let's start betting now. I'm going to go ahead and say
6'5".
5'10". Oh, wow.
6'5".
God. Okay, good.
6'5". Grayson Allen over 10.5 Ks for my guy Billy Brisbane. Dutch is on Pelicans minus 1.5 and the Nuggets minus 4 at minus 105. And I want in on the Nuggets, but it does concern me that Dan's on the other side. He's on the other side of both those spots. So there you have it, man. God, the show ends and the whole world awaits, man.
Yeah, no, we're going to the airport. We're going to go to the host stroll. We're going to the Alamo, or no, we're going to the AT&T Center.
Fuck.
And that's just the start.
I'm already faded and, haven't eaten anything. And
same. And by the way, now that the show's over, we look outside to Southtown 101. Mysteriously, everyone's gone.
They're outside smoking bats.
That's
man.
true. That is true. But yes,
you guys, this is extremely enjoyable to be a part of building something like this, and then get to hang out with everybody. It's just extremely enjoyable, and I just want to thank Slaughter is going to end most of these shows. He's on the golf course with his huge long drive, and he also showered us with $1 bills. And he's just like
Slaughter did a lot today.
Yeah.
Slaughter might have been the MVP. He went from showering us to money and on the golf course and all that stuff. By the way, Res Mob asked when's the poker tournament. Here's just a little overview of all the times. By the way, that Alamo Brew Day is supposed to be 1 o'clock, not 5. But everything else there is accurate. The poker tournament's going to be at 8 p.m. Going to be a great time. All that good stuff.
AUD is saying, Jose, hydrate. I need to do some of that as well. Res Mob said, I'm still trying to make it to San Antonio. What time's poker tournament? It's this room we have is just money. Like, we got 5 tables, pro dealers. It's just going to be magic. $20 buy-in, $20 bounty, $10 to the tip, $170 into the cash flow. Okay. Colf Coleon, Vegas King in the joint. Oh, Colf, man, I can't wait till I get to hang out with you. Respect. I wish you were coming down to San Antonio with us, Cole, my guy. North Ender Dennis Garcia says 4 post position horses transferred to other trainers looking to make a derby run, so they are leaving the Baffert barn. I can't wait to talk more about horses. Oh, by the way, so everyone knows we are going live from the Rotama on Sunday. We'll be just before the Santa Anita card, but I hope we can cap the whole Santa Anita card. We have a big stand-up comedy Triple X show, and I'm gonna fucking bomb my first stand-up set in 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Okay, is you have a little preview? You got it all set now? Have we started thinking about it yet, or are we just still delay?
Oh, I'm gonna bomb. That's all you guys need to know. I'll bomb for a little bit and then bring on Rouse. Man, I haven't done stand-up in 5 years. Lower your expectations to the fucking ground, man.
How many jokes about me? Over under 2.5.
I hope to not speak about you at all.
Okay, I doubt that. I think that my sloppy, saggy tits will be mentioned at least a half time then. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the under a half or over a half. Excuse me.
I hope to not bring you up. That's what I hope. But, you'll know my set is going well if I don't mention you.
And I know you're struggling. If it's like, there's my saggy tits producer over there.
Oh, I'm bombing for sure if that comes up. I love you guys. Hoops 590, Nuke Worker, all you guys, Millsy, CT Bays. Thank you guys for the support. Prince of the City. So many of you guys are going to be rolling with us here in a minute. Thank you. This is going to be the best week that I will ever have. And man, I'm pumped. And I'm tired and drunk and need to eat breakfast. So that's what's up here. On behalf of all of us here at Pub Sports Radio, Mr. Gogster win the drive contest against Nicky Fish Tanks. And don't be a little bitch out there, Gogster. You bring us home that cash. But we're going to have a ton of cash in action. So come down to Southtown 101 here in San Antonio. Hang with us. Jose, you do such a great job producing. So thank you, Jose. And thank you to Mr. Jeff Slaughter. And thank you to all you guys for supporting the show. Let's get the fucking money. Leche. Hey, those bookmakers! Milk that shit.